is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and I'm back with another Chaturday. That's right. I love doing Chaturdays. They're always the best. And I know I have my Fuji's on right now, but I have my Fuji's on for a very specific reason. Because, as you can plainly see, my bestest best friend is here. And because of the rules of what he has to deal with right now, him, you know, being here, him on stream with me, means that he must be nice to me. I just realized I'm gonna move you here, because if Dom sees this, he's gonna get all, oh, why am I all the way over here? Why am I behind there? I know he's gonna do it. He does it every freaking time. So I gotta move everybody around before I undeafen or anything like that, because Dom's gonna be all like, yeah, I'm behind somebody. I'm not playing in front and center and blah, 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 blah. Saw it already. Shut up, Dom. Anyways, let's undeafen and say hello to everybody before we get into all the topics for tonight. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Adam, you're here. Can you be nice to me now?
I'm dying right now, best friend. Please leave me alone.
Okay, go die in peace. And that's really the only reason I did this, was so that he could have to be nice to me. That's seriously the only reason I did this. I have a bunch of topics I need to talk about by myself, but also, you know, Dom's here.
I'm here.
Love you, Dom.
Just brightens your day.
Sure.
A guy actually knows how to pleasure me.
This was a mistake. This was a mistake to start my stream off like this, because I'm already about to say some slurs that I shouldn't be saying. Anyways, I'm gonna go do the rest of my show now. You guys have a good night. Enjoy.
Don't
mess
me too much.
Never could never, you know, never. In a
Bye,
million
love you.
years. Bye, love you. Now they're gone. Jesus Christ, what the hell? I made a bad decision. I made a bad choice. But anyways, what's going on? We got things to talk about tonight, ranging from the Streamer Awards VTuber edition, still having some unhinged discussions going on both sides. I'm not going to be one of the guys over here going like, oh, all the pro VTubers. Like, let's be real fair here. Pro VTuber side is in a bit of a bad way right now, but I'm not gonna mince words. All the like everything from the fallout of the burnt peanut winning the VTuber thing, it's not good. It's really bad. There's a lot of shit flinging still going on, and my god, Kitsu is one of the bravest people on the internet right now, because holy shit, the amount of crap being flung her way is insane. Full-fledged death threats. It's nightmarish. Now, I will say, okay, there's other people being fucking awful to people like Iron Mouse, for example. Those people exist. I'm not even going to deny that those people don't exist, because they do exist, and we're going to talk about a little bit of it, because what the absolute hell have people been saying? Like, that is fucked up, what's going on to even Iron Mouse right now, and her boy Connor. Like, these aren't comparable. Like, these are straight up insane things that are going on right now. What the fuck is this? Okay, that's your own position. Whatever. But like, the things getting said on both sides are fucked up, and I'm not even going to deny it. Obviously, you can tell by the thumbnail, I'm finally going to dip into the Tim Pool, Candace Owens shit. Because my biggest video still on this channel is my Tim Pool video. Watch Tim Pool still. I interact with this. And quite frankly, Candace, can't say what I want to say right now about Candace, because I am trying to monetize this and get some ad revenue going on here. But anyways, Candace is insane. We'll talk about all that, because just full-on unhinged conspiracy theories from that nutcase. Then we have some funnier stuff as well. Okay, I do have some lighthearted shit going on as well. We got Hassan basically saying that Twitch is going right wing. We got, well, the Pierce Morgan, Nick Fuentes debate, or interview debate, whatever you want to say, because that, oh, what the hell. And something that I'm keeping a little bit closer to my chest, but I'm excited to talk about this one because it involves somebody I greatly dislike, and I find this to just be hilarious. Short Fat Otaku is an idiot. And I'm so happy to do a segment on him. Because he's I'm trying to think of how to properly say this without getting, like, hit too hard. He's a moron. I'm just going to say he's a moron. He's not clever. And when I'm told about what happened the past couple of days, Jesus Christ, if you think that that's a win, dude, you're an idiot. Full on. That's not an idiot. That's not a winner move. I'm not surprised about Candace being loco crazy. Yep, I'm not shocked either. Reminder to everybody before we get into the Candace stuff. Candace Owens started her career being a part of the anti-Gamergate people, being a part, friends with people like Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn and people like that. And she ran a doxing website. Note to self, she was too radical even for them. They cut her off. So make you think about that real quick. Think about that. You're so radical that even Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian want nothing to do with you. And then magically she's a conservative commentator now, leading the Blexit. After running a doxing website. You know what? Why don't we start off with that? Here, I'm actually going to do one thing before we get too far into this. I'm going to do one thing real fast. Let me hop over to Studio and let me do this. Yes. I need to do here. Now I need to go there. Because I want to get that proper Candace Owens search algorithm. I want to get that proper research going on there. Get rid of the Zentrea. I still have people commenting on my Zentrea videos about how she obviously is a fascie. Candace Owens. Candace Owens podcast. And I think Russell Brand, by the way, did something retarded today. Cool. Cool. IRL. Cool. Candace. Owens. That's what I... Owens. Tim. Cool. Tim. Cool. Candace Rant. Tim. Cool. Candace Owens. Yeah, we'll save it there because I want to get that search algorithm. I want to get those tags going, so we are going to be doing that. I remember Candace running a doxing website. I also remember the beef that she started with Steven Crowder. Yeah, that was also a thing. Remember, she's the one that started that beef with Steven Crowder. It wasn't Crowder that started that with her. She came at Crowder sideways. Because what was happening was Crowder had an issue with Daily Wire and their business strategies. And then magically Candace comes out and just starts attacking and claiming that Steven Crowder's doing all this, and look how awful he is. And then she teams up with, wouldn't you have it, his ex-wife. Remember, how do we get access to that video of Steven Crowder? The edited video of Steven Crowder? That was Candace. Candace Owens is the person that helped get that edited video of Crowder out there. And remember, That video you saw of Crowder being abusive to his ex-wife or whatever, that video was edited, and you can easily tell that that video was edited. I have a video on my channel about that whole thing. You can see that it's edited because there's a, by looking at what's behind Crowder at that time, there's like this, it's like a sheet or something, like a windbreak of some sort, but it's waving in the wind, and you can see that it's waving in awkward times. Like there's an obvious cut here. Like it's not a fluid wave. It's like, hey, we're waving over here, and the next thing you know, over here it's waving. Over here. It's not, that's not how wind works. Wind works with like a steady wave, a steady pace across the thing. Like everything moves in like equal. So if it's like a steady breeze, you will see the steady breeze constantly. It doesn't go from right here to immediately all the way over here. Yep, Candace Owens is very radioactive. She just loves to cause a lot of problems. Yeah, Dom, she does. Also, remember, she was super pro-Israel until she wasn't. But yeah, let's start with Candace. Let's start with Candace, actually. Let's start with the Candace shit. So let me get that pulled up properly, because this actually starts more over here. So we're starting off with Candace Owens garbage right now, because this stuff has just, it's jumped the shark. Okay, it has become something that it's completely not. Candace Owens is completely unhinged, and what's happening to Tim Pool right now, one, Tim Pool's calling it as he sees it. He's calling out what needs to be called out. He's standing up where a whole lot of other people haven't been wanting to stand up, and is saying what needs to be said. And a lot of this started last week on Timcast IRL, but following all of last week over on Timcast, we ended up having the big breaking thing. Last night, a vehicle approached our property and opened fire. No one was hurt. Our security team is reviewing the incident and will be relaying the report to appropriate law enforcement. This is the price we pay for speaking out against evil. Now, I know this feels like it's not really connected, but we're going to drag it all together, guys, because remember, Tim Pool recently had his compound shot at. There was a grand total of 3 shots fired. You can see it right here. Security believes 3 shots were fired. We are in contact with police and FBI. Thank you everyone who reached out. If anyone has archived Chicken City, the shots should be audible. Unfortunately, we do not archive the live stream. This would be Friday between midnight and 1 a.m. Interesting. So you have all this going down last week. And now this brings us to what we are dealing with now, in which you can come just literally right on over here to the thumbnail of just yesterday on Candace Owens, the $1 billion question, in which it is, who stood to benefit from Charlie Kirk's assassination? Who stood to benefit? Why is Tim Pool's face up here? Why is Tim Pool's face on this thumbnail at all? Why is Cash Patel's face on this thumbnail at all? Well, we can all understand why Candace Owens' face is on here. I mean, for crying out loud, she's made how many goddamn videos all on the frickin' Charlie Kirk assassination, blaming everything except your own mother as to who killed Charlie Kirk. Reminder, you can go to Crowder. There's a Crowder video on this where she's outright blaming. This is going to sound unhinged, but there's a literal Crowder video where she's laying this out. Mormon communist bees for killing Charlie Kirk. That sounds unhinged, but that was an actual conspiracy theory that Candace Owens was throwing out there. Mormon communist bees. Following this shit that Candace Owens has been throwing out there, where she's blatantly saying that frickin' Tim Pool is gaining followers, gaining traction, gaining any sort of benefit from the death of Charlie Kirk, ignoring that he's been uninvited from TP USA, ignoring all the freaking money he's been losing and all the friendships he's been burning down by even saying, hey, you guys had some fuck ups with your security. Ignoring all that, we now have people like this right here. We have this one, not this one. We'll come back to that one. A creator contacted the sheriff about the Tim Pool shooting allegations. And we have this 2-minute video here. We'll play parts of it because this is kind of interesting. You know, somebody decided, hey, we're going to reach out at following, you know, Candace Owens talk about this because we want to verify. Did Tim Pool actually get shot at? This is what we ended up seeing.
Yeah, hi. So my name is Adam. I go by Adam the Angler online. I run like a very small content creator, you know, accounts on like X and YouTube and whatnot. Anyways, Tim Pool had put out a post on X on December 6th around 8 a.m. saying that there was a shooting that took place at his compound, I guess, his residence / business. I have a possible address but I'm not 100%. But I just wanted
possible address, but I'm not 100%.
to call and just verify that he has contacted you guys, like he said, because something about this just doesn't add up to me. So yeah, I just wanted to see if he's being honest or not, basically.
I mean, the only shooting I'm aware of is the murder that we had up on the mountain last month. I'm not aware of any other shootings.
Okay, yeah, no one like would have been hurt necessarily. He said in his post that it happened around 1 a.m. on the 6th of December, saying that someone approached his property and allegedly fired 3 shots. But then he said what's that?
What's his name?
Tim Pool. He's like a fairly large content creator. He covers a lot of like geopolitics and whatnot.
Okay.
And so I believe he lives within your jurisdiction.
I believe he lives within your jurisdiction.
As far as I can tell. So I just like...
There are no calls associated with him.
That's all I really need to get to. There's no calls associated with him. This was making the rounds the other day. This was going wild. They were like saying, oh my God, he's faking it. He's faking it. You know, Candace Owens out here saying he stood to gain from the death of all this. Look at him faking it. Look, he's even out there now saying that the 19th will be the last episode of Timcast. It's all just fake. It's all just fake. Hey, here's a new thing from Cam Higby. Tim Pool shooting verified. Because guess what? Guess what, guys? Dude didn't even have the right address. Cam Higby had the right address. Cam Higby did what needed to be done. Minute and 38 seconds. We'll play this real quick. Guess what? He finds it, he looks at it, verifies it, end of discussion, and they still don't want to accept it.
Sheriff's office. Sorry, I got tongue-tied. Sheriff's office.
No worries. Hi, this is Cameron Higby. I just wanted to call and verify receipt of a report that should have been filed with you guys, or an incident.
Okay. Do you have the incident number?
No, I have the name of the person and the incident. So there was a shooting in Tim Pool's compound, and I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of that. It would have been last night, so it would have been the night of 12/5. It might have been reported the following morning.
Thank you for holding. I'm so sorry.
Yep, no worries. That's totally okay.
Yeah, we just got bombarded with an issue here, so.
I totally get it. No, you guys have more important things to do, I'm sure.
Okay, so it says here it was a third-party caller that called it in.
Okay. And what road did you say that was?
Oh.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Just want to check if that would be the right road. So it was a third-party caller, and was it that incident I described where somebody drove up and kind of just shot at the place?
Yes.
That's all you need. Yes. All you needed was the correct address, call the sheriffs, call the correct areas, and guess what? It's all true. Nothing's been said so far as a lie. But hey, Candace Owens, you know, being who Candace Owens is, can never let, you know, all this stuff go to waste. She can never let any of this stuff happen. And she's over here just saying this stuff, trying to send actual chaos towards Tim. And I'm trying to watch my words right now because Jesus Christ, what this woman is doing is completely unhinged and just nightmarish. Like true vile monsters that do what it is that she does, which led Tim Pool to, well, actually not just this. We have this after the unhinged emotional rant, but it led Tim Pool to have this. Mind you, I do have to remind people about this. During the Thanksgiving break, where she was so threatened by the French assassins coming to offer, she was noted at being at Dolly World and also at Tucker Carlson's Christmas party when she was hiding because the French assassins were coming to kill her. We now have Tim Pool going on a legitimate rant. This was now 2 nights ago, Monday night. This is obviously Tuesday at the time of me doing this stream and garbage like that. But this was on Monday night stream in which Tim Pool said what needed to be said.
Organization that's rallying young people, causing a shift in the political leanings of a generation for the first time in history, is now in dire straits. Their leader and founder murdered, and prominent pieces of human trash are trying to destroy it. It's fucking evil. So you know what? When someone pulls in front of my property and fires on it several times, I'm sitting here looking at these vile pieces of shit and thinking to myself, for what purpose will I stick my neck out if this is what happens after Charlie Kirk is killed? Candace Owens is a fucking evil scumbag.
And I do have to be very careful because he does say a no word, so I'm probably going to get hit here.
She is a degenerate cunt. She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you fucking cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm fucking done with these people.
I'm going to keep this one going because I don't view this as an unhinged rant. Like a lot of people are trying to say, like, it's an unhinged rant. I can't believe he said this stuff. No, this is a very cathartic rant. This is something that if you listen to and you see what Candace has been doing for the past 3 months since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, you're going to be out here going like, you know what? Tim's saying the truth right here. He's saying what needs to be said. And that's why I enjoyed listening to this rant so much, because it's 100% on the dot what needed to be said.
He has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors. She doesn't give 2 fucking shits. No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy, and she doesn't give a shit about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my fucking property and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got fucking strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who trying to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property? And you know, it's all lies. It's all hypocrisy. And it is for the purpose of making money. And she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she liked Charlie. She loved Charlie. And she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again. This conservative movement is fractured. It's fried, whatever it is. Okay. Republicans are on track to lose the midterms. They were actually trending in the other direction until Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Yeah.
And this is the point, isn't it? The most effective political assassination in history. And thanks to the likes of the vile cunt Candace Owens, she has turned Turning Point into the perpetrators of the crime that was against them.
Yep. There's no lie here. This is 100% the facts. And I see what you're saying, Vinzinger, in the chat. I'm sorry for not addressing you that much. Again, this is going to be a clip to put on the show and channel and all that stuff. But like everything he just said there was a fact. It needed to be said. It needed to come out. It needed to be just plainly said for the millions of people to hear. Because I know Crowder does it. Crowder does it a lot. Ben Shapiro's been doing it. Ben Shapiro's been just rallying against her. But here's the fact of the matter. Crowder has beef with Candace. Ben Shapiro's had beef with Candace. everybody's going to say it's biased against Candace. You have Tim Pool here, who is very much a middle of the road guy. The joke is, obviously, he's the milquetoast fence sitter who's just going to say everything, but he never wants to rile feathers. There's so many other dramas that have come out and everything like this, and he goes like, I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to rile feathers, I'm not going to do this. And even throughout this whole Candace Owens stuff, he's been very cordial about it, saying, you know what, she's saying her thing, she's allowed to do it, she's allowed to do it. It has only recently been that he has had enough of it because of just how crazy it has gotten and how it is bad. Crying out loud again, French frickin' assassins coming out together. We're gonna be pulling the show off for a week on Thanksgiving. Everybody takes time off on Thanksgiving. Then she's out over wandering around Dollywood and over at frickin' Tucker Carlson's Christmas party when French assassins are coming out to get her. Then you hear this. Oh, my French assassins are trying to kill me. The Macron is trying to kill me. My security is a fat guy in a 4-foot wall. What? I'm no huge fan of Tim Pool. I watch Timcast for people like Phil Labonte and some stuff like this that comes now and then. It's like once in a blue moon you get good stuff like this. Even I have heard what Tim's security has been like. You get the glimpses of it listening to the show, listening to what it is that they put out there. You hear what he has been having to deal with since the assassination of Charlie Kirk. He's taking this shit seriously. And then you have some freaking twat nugget out there trying to insinuate that he's benefiting from Charlie Kirk's death, because that's what this thumbnail's meant to do. That's what this is meant to do. She now has freaking Tim Pool on her radar to try to destroy and imply that he's benefiting right now, which then leads us to, well, this. Candace Owens responds to Tim Pool's unhinged emotional tirade from last night, attacking her, calling him a weak man and a coward. Oh, we're going to keep getting to what Candace's response to all this is. By the way, Morgan Ariel, hi. You might be one of the freaks that want to take foreign money out of politics, but you did take money from a freaking foreign gambling site to promote it on your own Twitter account, so hi. But let's see what Candace had to say about Tim's 100% factual response.
Happens to his plot. He is a fundamentally weak man for what he did there. He should apologize. He won't. I don't care.
Why should he apologize? Why? He's calling you out. He's calling you for the demon that you are. And we got more. We have no reason to ever apologize to you.
What happens to his platform, he's now essentially trying out because he's under financial pressure. He's trying out for Zionists to pay him, and they will.
Trying out financial pressure, Zionists to pay him. Where is any of this stuff coming from? Because he's pretty much set.
Oh, okay. They will cut him a check. And I hope it happens for you, Tim. I hope it makes you happy. But to do that to someone who has never done anything to you other than disagree with you.
Other than disagree with you. This thumbnail tries to paint him as somebody that's benefiting from the death of Charlie Kirk. You are sending unhinged schizophrenic monsters after him right now. You are not just disagreeing.
About the Charlie Kirk narrative, I have not focused my content on you in any
thumbnail just yesterday.
Anytime your name has come up, it has been because you have explicitly been attacking me. You are a coward. You are less than a man. Okay? You are behaving, your type right there is like a person who's having financial issues and yet decides to go out and put 100K on a poker game. And when he loses and is a further 100K in the hole, comes back home and beats his wife and kids.
You're going to need a lot of receipts to do that, because right now, this is assumptive reasoning bits that she's been doing right now. She wants you to think that he's going to, after doing this poker game that he did just a while back, okay? He did a poker game just a few weeks ago. Maybe it was a month or so ago. He went out and did a fun poker game, dropped 100K, had a good time, didn't care. Now, during that game, he even admitted, hey, I lost a bunch of money. I lost 100K. It is what it is. Now she wants you to think after doing that, he went home and beat his wife and his newborn daughter. Well, not newborn, almost year-old daughter, but you get it. You see what she's doing here. This is scummy fucking behavior from a twat nugget. This is the worst behavior from a human being imaginable. This is demonic and evil because now she wants you to think he's going home and beating his wife, his kid, because that's the trick that she's doing. That's the thing. Because part of that was true. But then did he go home and beat his wife? No, that's insane to even try to imply, you insane psychopath.
And thinks he's a tough guy. That's how you're acting right now. I'm not your wife. I'm not your kids. Get your affairs in order. And
oh, you see what she did right there. I'm not your wife. I'm not your kids. Again, that's assumptive reasoning. She's trying to imply that he goes home and beats his wife and kid. She's a scumbag.
Stop blaming me because I'm actually traversing down the path that hasn't been traveled by standing up and saying that something corrupt happened and Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I don't care.
No, what you're doing is being a fucking insane schizophrenic nightmare that's blaming communist fucking Mormon bees.
About your midterms, okay? I don't care about your next year midterms and whether or not the Republican Party is united, okay? Because I don't want to stand next to people that would cover up Charlie Kirk's assassination. I hope that I have made my point perfectly clear.
I don't think anybody wants to stand next to you, truthfully. People like Morgan Ariel and all these people trying to say that what she's doing is righteous and everything. No, she's being a fucking scumbag. Hey, but guess what? We had more. We had more because following his rant, I can't explain it, but I sense that this is isn't exactly actually about me, and that Tim Pool is under tremendous financial pressure. Where is any of that coming from? Where is this financial pressure shit coming from? Because it came out of nowhere. Men behave a certain way when they are under economic pressure, and I feel like he's just lashing out, and I happen to be here. On that note, I genuinely hope that whatever it is, he gets through it. But I can guarantee that blaming the future 2026 GOP midterm results on Candace Owens is not the solution, man. Recently, Tim Pool had on the Culture War a priest, a father, who specializes in exorcism. I'm just gonna point this out here. One of the things that people that are possessed by demons tend to do a lot is speak in the third person, say we, us, things of that nature, we are legion, statements like that. I'm just gonna point it out. Why are you talking in the third person, Candace? I'm just gonna say, why are you doing that? What? So in her thumbnail, she claims he has benefited from Charlie Kirk's murder, but also in financial trouble. Where's the benefit then? Exactly. That's part of it. That's part of it. All this shit here is assumptive reasoning tactics that she wants you to ignore what she said here so she can look over, so you look over here. Constantly ignore what she's doing, all while she's just asking questions. She's just asking questions. Oh, we got more. He is genuinely not well right now. I wouldn't turn this into a cheap internet moment. There is just so clearly something personal going on in his life. It's hard to run a business, and he's under pressure. Pray he comes through it. I wonder what just happened that might make him on edge. I wonder, was there something that just literally happened at his business that would put him on edge? You think there's something going on? You think maybe there's something that might have happened just the other day that might put him on edge? Just saying. Just saying. And again, it's not like you're helping him in any way, shape, or form. It's not like you're being a good friend right now. No, you're being a twat. You're being a scumbag. I can't say half the shit I want to be saying, but hey, we have this, and I mainly pulled this up because I wanted Tim Pool's side of it. Why does Candace refer to herself in the third person and or plural? She always says we and us. And then you got this, again, who's benefiting from Candace, from all this? Who's benefiting from the assassination of Charlie Kirk? Candace Owens' new video, who benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination? Meanwhile, her last 20 videos with millions of views, each all about Charlie. I wonder who benefited from frickin' Charlie Kirk's assassination, but we go to what she said. The very obvious thing going on here is that Tim has been trying to sell his business and is in financial trouble. Where is any of this coming from? Seriously. He is now effectively trying out to be another unhinged Zionist influencer. Someone please just do the deal with him. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got another one. Every day you choose between a variety of 500 influencer videos aimed at me, but Tim Pool thinks when he does it, he's somehow uniquely risking his life to say what's already been said a million times. What next? Is he going to brave the wilderness and attack Tucker Carlson? I mean, how many of the other ones are throwing him onto his thumbnails? How many of the other ones are doing shit like this? Seriously, this is insane schizo rambling from you, but hey, it gets better. It gets better because the latest comes right here. In a quote tweet, it's always about Tim. Every year he claims someone is shooting at his place. He is the Jesse Smollett of Republican Party, which again, we already know that there was shots fired, and she decides, hey, let's make this a little spicy. And actually get into the area of defamation, mind you. The shooting Tim Pool survived in December of 2022 was committed by his brother, by the way. His brother was the one who fired the weapon on his property. He can't deny that fact. Okay. Again, I watch a lot of Timcast. Okay, Tim Pool's content because I like to stay up to date. He's good at giving you the news. Okay? I watch a lot. I remember this event very freaking clearly. What happened? Because he's very open about some of this stuff. Somebody tried to break into one of his facilities, one of his buildings. They tried to break in. His crew, doesn't say who, fired a gun at said intruder. Intruders fled. From what I've been told, and what from Tim Pool has said directly in videos and in content, nobody was harmed. Now there's a bullet in his wall. That was a direct quote from Tim Pool, by the way. Nobody was harmed, but there's a bullet in my wall. So now we have her trying to imply that his brother, Chris, tried to kill Tim. That is what this is. That is her trying to imply that his own brother attempted to shoot and physically harm Tim Pool in a killing way, more or less. And you want to sit there and say he has no right to be angry at me. He has no right to act this way. He has nothing. He shouldn't be doing this at all. Well, we come over here to Tim. The vile witch is now claiming my own brother tried to shoot me. This is an absolute lie. Candace is as vile as they come. She's a effing demon. Where's the lie? And Tim's obviously not taking this sitting down because this is coming from Tim Pool's own stream tonight. This is Timcast IRL. That happened tonight. Guess what Tim responded with? You know, when facing all this.
Anime pose.
That's the Nicola okay boomer pose.
Bro, this is crazy. I just want to stress this. She said there was a shooting committed by my brother. Like, that's wild.
That's wild. I'm just here to ask some questions too, man.
No, that's a statement of fact. That is a false statement of fact. That is a psychotic, false statement of fact. So, my brother never committed a shooting that I claimed I survived.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm not supposed to legally say.
That's your giveaway, by the way. Not supposed to legally say. That's the giveaway. He's gonna sue her now. And here's the thing. I hope more people sue Candace Owens. I hope TPUSA sues the fuck out of Candace Owens right now. I hope even more individuals come out here to sue the fuck out of Candace Owens. We already have Biddy Johnson saying that he's going to be suing the fuck out of Milo Yiannopoulos. I hope all these frickin' twat nuggets get sued into oblivion. I hope they all lose everything because they've been dancing and playing with fire for too fucking long. And now you have her coming out here and doing this. Yes, I want her sued. I think Tim Pool is doing the righteous thing right now to destroy Candace Owens in this regard. Sue her into oblivion because she can't keep getting away with this. No memes or anything like that. No jokes or shit like that. She is a vile scumbag. I have gone through this whole thing, laying this whole event out. All the way from the freaking getting shot at, her trying to imply that Tim Pool's financially benefited from this, but at the same time is suffering financially. Make any of that shit make sense. And now we're all the way here to where she's trying to imply that his own brother attempted to take his life. Tim's life. Yeah, sue her into oblivion because she gotta go. She's a freaking insane schizophrenic loser. Howdy, Irish Whips. And by the way, I've been holding on to this for a while. It's why I love Tim's entire rant on this, because it is cathartic. It is something that needed to be said. And quite frankly, Candace Owens is a nut job fucking cunt. She is. Straight up. There is no dancing around the see you next Tuesdays or shit like that. She's just a cunt. Jesus Christ. And I don't want anything super bad to happen to her, by the way. Nothing like, oh my God, life ending. But God damn it. Seriously, you sit down and just go through everything she said. That's why the TPUSA thing from last week is so freaking awesome. And I'm excited to see that freaking stream, to go through everything she has freaking said happened. I'm excited for that. And again, the communist bees thing. You think that that's a joke? Let me pull it up. Steven Crowder. I don't want Timcast. Steven Crowder. Go to Steven Crowder. Scroll down. This was, oh God, this had to have been 3 months ago. Jesus Christ. Scrolling through. Crowder's called her evil. See you next Tuesday. Let's see. It's the bees. This is 2 months ago. This is 2 freaking months ago. This is Candace Owens' communist bees cult theory is wild. I'll just do the coming up. Okay, I'll just play the coming up.
Like a Polish communist underground symbol that nobody would have recognized outside of people who know what it meant. Strangely, I'm not kidding, and I'm going to show you these messages. I came
Here come
across
the receipts.
what looked to me like a bunch of people talking about bees.
Okay.
Do you think that all these people are really actually, quote unquote, bee farmers, or saying
It's called
that
a
they
beekeeper.
farm
Yeah.
bees?
There's a
what
movie
is
about
this
it.
lingo that I'm not understanding? There is some weird underground, it's like I sense like imminent danger is coming, and for some reason I feel like there is an underground that has emerged at schools, and it's like related to bees.
That's just the coming up. I'm not even joking. I know they did the whole, sound effects a little too heavy-handed right there. She said a communist Mormon bees were coming to kill Charlie Kirk. That was one of the things she laid out there. Polish Mormon communist bees. I forgot the Polish part because Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Polish Mormon communist bees. This is just 2 months ago. I don't like communism. But Candy, the radioactive hot potato, Candace Owens, has gone full loco. Yes, legitimately. Like, I know they cut this up, but that was what she was trying to lay out there. Mormon communist bees are the things that killed Charlie Kirk. Then I go through the whole other thing. I'd be like, wait, Egyptian planes? Fucking people in maroon hoodies? She went on an entire tirade of reasons as to why Charlie Kirk was murdered. Yeah, fucking yeet her. Sue her into oblivion. Everybody, because she's schizo. You hear my game audio? No, that's not game audio. That is my background music. That's the background music that I've picked from Pokemon right now. I'm thinking of changing it again. I might do Digimon. I don't know yet. But Digimon is going to be very, which track do I want to throw on there? And I need to be a little bit careful with that one. So, I like to have background music. Because sometimes I take large breaks and it's distracting. God damn it. But I like my background music. I could probably turn it down. Does that work better? I like doing the background music because a lot of YouTubers do it, and like, think about it, okay? From time to time, I take long breaks to drink water or something like that, and that way you have like, hey, there's at least a sound going on, and you know that I'm not stopping. Plus, I like to throw audio into my videos. So that's the whole thing. It's easier to have the audio on this side than it is for me to fucking play around with the audio levels when I'm editing the video together. I might be able to turn it down a little bit more. Something like that. Yeah, that's fine. I also have the system cranked up all the way so I can hear it. So, okay, but that's me having my cathartic rant on Candace Owens real quick and everything that's going on there. Why don't we take a quick second just for something a little bit less, because I saw this and it broke my brain. Fully admit that this broke my brain. You do you, twin. Yeah. I'll fully admit I saw this before stream and it broke my fucking brain. Charizard as a Yu-Gi-Oh card in the style of freaking Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then Blue Eyes White Dragon in the style of the Pokemon Charizard. You don't mind it, really? Jesus Christ, Irish whips. I'm over here trying to, you know what? I want to make sure that my audience is having a good time, make sure everything is perfectly fine, and then I'm like, oh, well, I don't mind it anyways. Damn you! Damn you! Jeremy, did you hear that Baldur's Gate 3 actor is trying to push Samson from, Samson? Samus from Metroid to be trans? Oh, god damn it. Like, seriously, Mormon communist bees? I wouldn't be surprised about communists wanting Charlie Kirk gone, but Mormon communist bees, too crazy and ridiculous for my taste. Dude, Mormons hate communists. And their doctrine, like, that's why I like that video from Steven Crowder so much, is they ended up pulling up, like, communist doctrine and stuff. Not communist, but Mormon doctrine and, like, some of the Mormon beliefs. One of their big things is just how much they hate communism. They hate communism. So there you go, like, Mormon communist bees. Mormons hate communists. What the fuck are you even talking about? And it's only escalated from there. You would have thought that one would have snapped people out of the fucking delusions that she was going out there with. But no. It has only escalated. So when I hear, and I'll be honest, I have some criticisms for Quarter Pounder today. Quarter Pounder goes out there today and goes like, oh my god, if she, you know, she's gonna eventually say something so crazy and radical that everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, this is too insane. Bro, she said Mormon communist bees try to kill Charlie Kirk. She's already said the insane crazy shit. People just forget. Okay. I before we get into the next topic, because I still want to do the VTuber drama. Yeah, that video, I can probably grab that video real quick, what I just had pulled up. Let me do that. Let me pull up that Crowder video. Get that pulled back up right here. Sorry, I just saw a VTuber video that I had to say. Here, I'm gonna drop the link to save to watch. Make sure I have this. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna drop the link to the video real quick. Make sure I'm grabbing the. I'll drop it in the chat because they go through like just this was on thing. Again, this was 2 months ago. This was fucking 2 months ago when this whole thing went down, and people are still like, well, she's gonna say something radical and stuff. She said radical crazy shit 2 fucking months ago. Yuki can beat Ash. I saw that death battle and I'm like, what the fuck are you even trying to do here? Ash has, if you go up against Ash's entire roster, Yugi will always beat Ash because Yugi has fucking gods on his side. Ash doesn't have gods on his side. But I do want to do this. This will be a nice warm up into the VTuber drama that we've been seeing for the past couple of days, ever since the Streamer Awards. Because one, I'll preface this when we get to the VTuber shit. I am of the opinion Burnt Peanut shouldn't have been, you know, best VTuber of the year according to the Stream Awards. Granted, I also think he shouldn't have been nominated. I think QT Cinderella runs a garbage tier freaking platform. I think her entire show is incredibly stupid and idiotic. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, and everybody constantly trying to pat her on the back saying, you did a good job, you did a good job, you did a good job. You're fucking retarded. She doesn't do a good job any year. There's always drama and everybody makes fun of her. She cries and then says, we'll do better next year, and it's never better. He shouldn't have been nominated. Plain and simple. But anyways, I do want to show this because I do think Connor and Iron Mouse got robbed, but you see this.
Ryusaki made this amazing artwork for me and Mouse. Loved it. I retweeted it. And they tweeted back and they said, sadly, as great as they are, we all know they only won because Connor is friends with the judges. No shade at him. The organizers are just incredibly biased to their friends.
Normally, I'd agree. Normally, I would agree because there are some people that won because they're friends, but...
And I said, pass me what you're smoking. You know, and I think this is a totally a valid criticism, except I didn't fucking win! I didn't win! What are you talking about? Why?
Come on, that's legitimate right there. Like, what? If he would have won, that would have been better. That would have been more legitimate criticism. Bro didn't win. So you can't even throw this out there. He didn't fucking win. They got robbed, though. They fucking got robbed. This is the go-to duo on that entire list. I can't think of a better duo than freaking Connor and Iron Mouse. Jesus Christ, they got fucking robbed for extra Emily and whoever the fuck he's with. But on that note, that does bring us over to the Streamer Awards drama. So I already put out one video on the Streamer Awards drama, and obviously this is my stream. I want to talk a little bit more about it my way. And as I've already kind of stated both in my previous video and here, I am of the opinion that Burnt Peanut truly should not be best VTuber of the year, primarily because he himself doesn't consider himself to be a VTuber, and he only really pushed people to nominate him or vote for him as an FU to the VTuber awards. Now, that is not me condemning Burnt Peanut and saying, oh my god, he's an awful content creator, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. I'm not out here trying to say that he didn't even deserve the best FPS award that he got. I think that's actually probably valid right there. But what I will say is I don't think he should have been nominated for Best VTuber at all. I don't view him as a VTuber. I am of the opinion that there are some sort of standards when it comes to being a VTuber. Now, I think some of the bare minimum standards is just having a modicum of respect for the medium. I think that's about it. Outside of that, I'm not really like dead set on what's what, because there's some good VTubers out there that aren't anime based. So I will say that. But you come over here to the Kitsu post and we'll go through some of just the unhinged attacks that have been going on the side of freaking Burnt Peanut here, and why I legitimately do not think you should be catering to these people at all. I don't think the VTubers should be trying to go out there and ingratiate themselves to this side of the internet. I don't think they should be trying to sit there and say that, hey, this is an area that we should be courting or trying to figure out what do they like and what are we doing wrong here, because quite frankly, none of them like you. And I just want to remind people, this is Kitsu right here. Non-VTuber won the Best VTuber award, won this, lit up a firestorm of just chaos, but she even comes with receipts, just simple clips from his own streams. Here's the clip of him saying himself he's not a VTuber.
Every time I play with that guy, first thing he says, he goes, make sure you guys go vote Peanut for VTuber of the year.
Yeah.
And then I riff him up with something. I don't know what I say, but everybody knows I don't like being called a VTuber just because it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Doesn't it just mean virtual tuber?
No, I don't think so.
Even he understands he's not a VTuber. He understands that there's a little bit more to this than anything else, but what really grinds my gears in particular is why he won. And it's because of this.
Deserve it. I really do feel like you deserve it.
All right. Okay. All right. Tell you what, you deserve, buddy.
Let's run back a 6v6.
Actually, genuine question though. Do you think if you won, this question for everybody, do you think if you were to win an achievement like that, that VTubers would be pissed?
Wait a second.
VTubers
Hold up.
would be
Wait a
pissed.
minute. Shroud could be onto something.
This could actually be a good thing. If you win, you could, you know, you don't like VTubers, you know, you're you know, a PTuber and all.
The
So
master
if you
plan.
win the VTuber award,
Big rage bait.
yeah, think about that. Think about the damage you could do to the VTuber community if you won as a PTuber.
That is an excellent point, Shroud. Excellent point. Wow. I never thought about it that way. Honestly,
Vote for
in.
Peanut.
I'm in.
Vote for
I'm
Peanut.
in.
Yeah, vote for
Vote for
Peanut.
me, gentlemen. Let's get them.
Now, I've been told both of these are just bits. Both of these are just bits. They're just joking. They're just having a good time. I'm sorry, this one doesn't really come off as a bit. You could argue this one's more of a bit, but it's not ingratiating him to me. And it's really telling me, hey, I don't think he's in this for the right reasons. I think he did push to try to have this as a middle finger to the VTuber community. And even if that was a bit, his audience didn't believe it was a bit. They did this. They wanted to send a message to the VTubing community as a massive FU. They didn't care and they don't like you. And when you give any sort of criticism and point out, hey, what he himself has said, what this has led, well, you get crazy people coming out here. And I know you have Iron Mouse, you know, being one of the people saying, oh my God, it's just jokes. It's just bits. These are just bits. I don't get all the hate. Well, I mean, most of the hate I've been seeing is not coming from the anti-peanut side. There is some stuff I have over there, but most of it I've been seeing is from the very pro-peanut side who want nothing to do with VTubers. A non-positive note, the unemployed. I'm just going to show you these because do this, but with VTubers instead. VTubers with circular saws and such. Oh, we got more. By the way, Kitsu, the child in question, now the person obviously either blocked or deleted the post, but on a non-positive note, you see that, the quote tweet, and then, while telling people to die, I agree, is bad. Having an effing child who is sexualized as your avatar is also effing terrible. The whole VTuber community are a bunch of weirdos, and it's crazy that it took someone with real talent to win an award over a legit VTuber to realize it. Mind you, Kitsu is like a full adult model, not a child. But these are the people that we're being told right now to try to cater to. That people like Kitsu, Kirsha, Kiba, Rima, all these people, they're being told that they need to cater to these people right here. These people don't want anything to do with VTubers. They're normies. They don't like you. They think you're weird. They're not a part of the VTubing sphere. They don't even consider themselves a part of it. That's why when you read this, they're literally saying Peanut's just a more acceptable, more talented creator and not a VTuber. Even his own audience is saying he's not a VTuber. But hey, bro, some are commenting on posts from March like, be so for real. They're now going to her freaking TikTok. They're going to her TikTok to start doing Peanut. And we got this one. Just XD, surely there must be better things this guy can spend his time on. Just liking commented photos, just random things. VTubers won someone's model isn't an overly sexualized child. Photos. Just constantly harassing her. And again, these are the people you're being told that you need to go out there and cater to. As a VTuber, you're being told to cater to these people right now. They don't want anything to do with you. But hey, we got more. This is exactly the kind of ish I'm talking about. We hate everything about your community, and you should change everything about it. VTubers don't do themselves any favors with the weird weeb vibe. They should get away from that as much as possible if they want success like Peanut. Ignore the fact that one of the first VTubers ever came from, I believe it was 2016, and was an actual like person from Japan, and that this is inherently a Japanese medium. Ignore all that. Get rid of what makes you you. It's funny because you guys immediately associate VTuber with an infant-looking anime girl who meows, purrs, and makes their voices high-pitched. That's what most people don't like. It's not about VTubing. Literally, you're saying it's all about VTubing. It's about not watching some 30-year-old using an anime girl as his VTubing character. Oh. Right there, the his. Trying to say that they're all just men. You have, they're just mad that the avatar wasn't an underage girl like they are used to. You can keep going down the list. I don't know why he has the same opinion as everyone else. VTuber has been made a dirty word by the kitty effer crowd co-opting it. If it were still dominated by random funny shit and a Doge dropping his head around like a madman, it wouldn't be the dirty word it is, which it's not a dirty word. But these are the people you're being told to, one, accept into the community. One, be a part of, be friends with, say that this is the content you need to make your content. These are the people you should be making your content for. No. All these are the people that voted for Peanut. All these are the people that wanted Peanut to win. And you're seeing right now that all this stuff that you're seeing, all this stuff that I'm showing you, Kitso's whole background, all those people are Peanut's audience. So you can sit there and tell me that, hey, all these things, these were just bits, these were just jokes. We need to stop with the hate. We need to stop throwing around the hate. We need to stop doing all this. Gotta be honest. I'm not going to say that there's not hate coming from the anti-Peanut crowd, because I've seen a couple of it, but most of it, I keep seeing from the pro-Peanut side. I keep seeing from these people that want to literally come into the medium and change it all for you. Hey, we have Sarah here. It's frustrating seeing the other nominees all graciously congratulating him, while many of the people that voted for him are celebrating making VTubers mad more than his actual win. To me, the issue isn't he is a VTuber or not. He is. I still disagree, but okay, agree to disagree. It's the way many others see VTubing as just anime waifus. That's the problem. It's a broad term for having a virtual avatar with lots of variety in terms of actual content. But when you boil it down to the anime waifu stereotype, you take away from the amazing creators who have worked so hard to be where they are. Regardless, congratulations to Burnt Peanut. Thanks for representing non-traditional style models and normalizing the use of virtual avatar in general. Whether you like it or not, you're a VTuber. I don't think he is, because he doesn't want to be. His audience doesn't like you. His audience wants nothing to do with you. And I have no problem, you know, with Mousy coming out here and saying stuff like this. Okay, I get why she's doing it. Mousy's supposed to be just super positive, is trying to lose graciously. I get it. I understand it. This is the thing that she's supposed to do, especially being so close to people putting on these shows. But come on, these aren't the people to try to be catering to right now. These aren't the people to try to be out here being like, oh my God, it's perfectly fine. And then you get things like this. Peanut Sweep, he wasn't even in these charts before Ruma. Yeah, Peanut is now the top VTuber. In two different areas, it looks like. Burnt Peanut is. Completely crashing out every other area. Completely dominating, showing like the complete difference, and just overall charts don't matter anymore. And I do watch these charts, mind you. I keep an eye on these charts. Peanut wasn't there before. Peanut was never in this area before, and has now actually like kicked a bunch of prominent people off because now he's saying that he's a VTuber. There's a tweet going around when you actually look at this, and I don't know if it'll pop up right away. Oh, right here. Someone should community note this, since Peanut said he's not a VTuber, doesn't want to be associated with VTubers. We spoke with him about it. He is okay about being included as a VTuber and the tops. Hope it helps. He wasn't there before. He wasn't there before, and now that he's won, he wants to be here. All I'm seeing is more antagonism. All I'm seeing is more denigrating. All I'm seeing is people say you should change the entire medium to fit Peanut's crowd. No, don't. He got this, you know, he's literally a VTuber by definition. This is a stupid take, and you're not going to catch me on the typical hill of words are just words. No, words have meaning given by people contextually to evoke an image. P isn't a VTuber. You know this. He knows this. His fans know this. I don't think he's a VTuber. I'm going to be very clear about this. I don't think he's a VTuber. I've said this numerous times. Okay? I don't. I think he's something completely different. He himself says that he's something completely different. And I think the bare fucking minimum to being a VTuber is just respecting the medium. And all I'm seeing is his entire community and he himself doesn't respect the medium. So I don't consider him a part of this. And again, I don't think he should have been here in the first place. And I think that's a condemnation on QT Cinderella, not so much him. Because I'm not going after his FPS award. I think he's fine having the FPS award. I think this is just a different area altogether. And it's the lax tendencies that goes on here. The lax nature and the thought process of, well, it's just words, okay? You know, VTuber just means virtual model. Therefore, anybody with a virtual model is a VTuber. I disagree. You can say the same thing about anime. Legitimately, you can. The joke is, hey, King of Hill is my favorite anime, because what is anime by definition? Just animation. It's just Japanese for animation. But that's the thing. It's a joke saying that King of the Hill is the best anime ever. Because you know that there's more that goes into being an anime than just being an animation. You can say the same thing for manga. Hey, I got a lot of comics behind me in different areas. Well, you could argue, hey, Superman's the best manga ever. Why? Manga just means comic in Japanese. That's all it is. It's just comics. Comic books. But you're not actually going to go out there and say Superman's the best manga ever. We all understand that VTubing, well, I'll say this. We all understand that anime, manga, these things have a little bit more than just comic and animation. There's culture around it. Artistic styles, aesthetics, whatever you want to say. There's something else there that makes it this. There's something more to it to make it these things than just being comic, just being animation. We get that. You go on freaking Netflix, guess what you're going to see when you go over to the anime side? You're not going to see, you know, Big Mouth up there. You're not going to see freaking Disenchanted or whatever the Simpsons fantasy show that they have on Netflix. You're not going to see that in the anime section. Why? It's not an anime. But for some reason, when it comes to VTubing, we just boil it down to its brass tacks of being, hey, virtual model. No, there is something more here. I'm not smart enough to try to deduce what the more is, but there is something more there. There's a culture, there's a way of life, and I just think the bare fucking minimum should be respect the culture and respect the medium in order to be considered a VTuber. That's just my hot take on it, but let me get your guys' thoughts down below. Does this mean I'm a VTuber now? Technically, Weasel, no joke. By a lot of these people's definition, you would be considered a VTuber. Alf would be considered a VTuber. Bug would be considered a VTuber. I'm not even joking. That is what their definition is. When I do the whole Fuji thing, like when I turn on my Fujis and hop into Discords, all of you guys are now VTubers according to them. Even Adam. But we all sit here and understand that Adam's not a VTuber. Bug's not a VTuber. Alf's not a VTuber. There's something more that goes into your model and like the way you present yourself that makes you a VTuber. There is something else there. I don't agree with them. That's dumb. Yes. Yes, Weasel. They would legitimately call you. And like, you take a look at Peanut. I'd say he's something different. He says that he's a P-tuber. That's fine. Call yourself a P-tuber. Call yourself something completely different. I don't care. I don't think you're a part of the VTuber scene. I just don't. And furthermore, I do think the biggest issue with this whole debacle is the streamer awards themselves not allowing him to be nominated there. And the overall just disrespect shown to the VTubers. I was listening to Rima's stream yesterday, and she made this point that fucking shocked me. Because I'm not going to consider Burnt Peanut a VTuber. But if you look at all the other categories from the VTuber, from the streamer awards, there really wasn't other VTubers nominated for a streamer award. Hey, Alec Baldwin's finger, how you doing? How you doing? But there weren't other VTubers nominated in any other place. You could argue Hololive. You could argue Mouse and Connor, but Why wasn't, and I know I'm going to say a name here and you guys are going to fucking freak the fuck out, go like, who the hell am I talking about? But why wasn't, I just had her name. Doki Bird. Why wasn't Doki Bird nominated for FPS or Best Marvel Rivals Streamer? Legitimately, why wasn't she nominated for either of those things? Because she has been putting on the biggest Marvel Rivals stuff across Twitch the past year. She has been fighting for Marvel Rivals like fucking crazy the past year. Why wasn't she nominated for Marvel Rivals? Like, there is stuff there. I think it started as a troll, but the crazies are using it as an excuse to be crazies. Yes, legitimately. Like, this all started as a full-fledged troll. Like, him being nominated, it was all just a troll, and it has now spiraled to individuals trying to say that you should be them. Jeremy, who's more of a crash out, Casey Tron or Misha Barton? I don't know who Misha Barton is, so I'll say Casey Tron. I'll say Casey Tron. But I also will say, before we get into the next side of this, because I have criticisms there, and I'm going to be criticizing there. I'm going to show you guys, this is a VTuber that does a lot of stuff with Kirsha. Her name's Kiba. She's a weird little furry person. Like a legitimate furry person, not like Weasel, you know, like the joke and stuff. But she's a weird little person. I like her a lot. She's kind of based. She streams a lot with Kirsha, and she, you know, defends Kirsha a lot. But she had this entire back and forth, you know, in the face of people shitting on you for being you. Being kind in response is incredibly badass, not gonna lie. That's my take. Being kind is not letting people walk over you, bending the knee, or letting it affect you. Letting it affect you is being kind despite all puts you above them instead. And then she would quote this saying, whatever you say to defend VTubers to normies is going to go through one ear and out the other. I mean, for crying out loud, how many times do I have to discuss with you guys on why I like VTubers so much and you guys still just shit on them? And then trying to fight the normies and bitch and moan is going to be the loudest thing in the ear, in their ear. Their perception of us is what we are, cringe and annoying. Better to be just kind and move on. You're not going to convince them VTubers are cool, nor should you really try to. We don't need them in our space. Making VTubers look like crybabies only paints a target on the community for normies to show up and troll and gawk at us. We do not need their approval. And she would quote tweet this again saying, people responding to this saying things like, it's time to fight back, war. You're literally fighting internet trolls. You aren't changing the narrative at all. Not for better, for sure. VTubers are weird. VTubers aren't going to be accepted by normies. Normies are gonna jump to make jokes and troll you like any niche internet fandom. You guys really gotta let it stop affecting you. And I legitimately agree with this. And I did respond. Like, I did respond. It's one thing to want normies to have a modicum of respect for the culture. It's another thing to try to make them accept it outright. I don't want normies in VTuber scene because then they will try to change it for their own sensibilities and it will lose its charm. I like the VTubing scene the way it is now. I like people like Kiba, who's a weirdo. Legitimately, if I go over to her thing, there's a good chance we're either going to see masochistic weirdness or just weirdness altogether because she's a weirdo. And I like that about VTubers. I like the fact that they're just weird. They're their own little niche. They're fun. They're enjoyable. And when I hear people say, hey, you need to be catering to the burnt peanuts of the world. You need to be catering to these people. I'm like, no. No. Because what you're seeing right now is like what Weasel said. They're trolls. You know, they're trolls trying to do stuff. But at the same time, they're telling you you need to change to appease them. No. You lose a sensibility there. You lose part of your charm. You lose part of yourself when you're changing to be into these normie spheres that they don't want you. And that's a real thing. You need to understand that these people don't want anything to do with you. The saying that, hey, they're coming out here saying shit like, well, all VTubers are just men in outfits and, you know, they're pretending, they're actually all like 50-year-old men just doing ooh and having high-pitched voice changers and shit like that, and they all look like booby whatevers. It's not true. It's a joke, but that mentality is the normie mentality. Normies think that through and through. You can take a look at when I just had his name. Aiden Ross was going over the streamer awards and was like freaking out that Iron Mouse was nominated again. Goes like, she's just a dude. She's a dude. Look at this dude hitting on this other dude. It's like, that's not even true. That's a lie, but that's the normie thought process. That's what normies believe it is. They think that they're all either dudes pretending to be girls or they're all AI. That's all they've ever thought them. So trying to cater to this group of people that want nothing to do with you and will constantly demean you and attack you and act like you have anything that they don't, you to think that you have anything that they want, it is insane. It's ridiculous. They don't want you. I might have the jokes here and there that, hey, you know what? We should probably watch more VTubers, but let's be fair. That's just me being me. That's just me being me and me just liking VTubers. That's about it. But there is more to this. Now I'm going to take the other side. Because Jesus Christ alive, this has all been fucking awful. Because I already showed you guys a little bit of Iron Mouse and some of my pushback there. Yes, we're still here. We're still talking about Burnt Peanut. But there is another side of this, okay? I've already gone on my whole tirade of how I don't think he's a VTuber, blah, 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 and I don't think you should cater to his audience as a VTuber, okay? Is what it is. If you want to see my takes on those, go watch my other videos on that shit, or my other clips, or my other takes, whatever. Okay, I'm done with it. I am going to say that there is some schizophrenic craziness coming from the other side, the people that are anti-Peanut now, because there is. Now, I will fully say, I don't think people like Iron Mouse here are doing herself any favors. I'll fully say that, okay? Because she started off saying, hey, everybody shitting on Peanut, I'm cringing over that. I'm cringing. And then you get things like this. Iron Mouse doubles down on her support for the Burnt Peanut after one VTuber of the year. I have people trying to convince me he's bad. He said he hates VTubers, and all I see are clips of him doing bits. Is that hatred in the room with us? Well, I have probably pulled this up. He has essentially tried to say the F slur. You know what? Why don't I quickly try to pull that up? Just gonna be real with you, Mousy. That one did kind of happen. He did attempt to say the naughty no F slur, because I think Grix has it right now. If I scroll through his insane timeline, hopefully I'll end up finding it, because holy crap, it's insane. To be fair, on your own like standards, you know, the more normie hoggers LA crew standards there that Mouse is a part of, doing things like what I'm trying to hunt down right now would be considered a naughty no thing and a part of the hate. It just would. Where is it? I know Grix has had it. I should have bookmarked it. This is my own stupidity right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to edit this all out. I saw that. Where is it? Right here. Right here. Because he did, you know.
Oh my god, dude, what is it? What is up with this faggot? Oh.
According to the side that you're on, Iron Mouse, saying something like that, that's bad. That's no. That would be falling into the line of, you know, the whole hate. That would, what he just said there. And yes, there are people trying to cancel him for saying this. I'm going to be like, I don't give a crap. I don't. But then you get this, okay? Iron Mouse speaks on Burnt Peanut VTuber status. I don't get the hate. He literally is a VTuber. We like to celebrate people's success. Maybe I could have worded my tweet differently. I was just being honest. It's cringe to see people flinging blind hatred.
I don't get it. I don't get the hate. I don't understand. And people are like, he's not a VTuber. He literally is a VTuber. That literally is the definition of a VTuber, bro. Like, he literally is one. I don't know. That's because us pink ladies, we know what's up. You know what I mean? We like to celebrate people. Celebrate people's success, bro. No. He's a P-tuber. And, like, I have people, like, trying to convince me that he's, like, bad. Be like, look, he said he hates VTubers. He said this, he said that. And all I see are, like, clips of, like, bits of him. Like, I just see, like, clips of him doing bits. And
I don't think they're all bits, but hey, you're not doing yourself any favors here when we keep going forward. I don't think the hate she's receiving now is justified, but...
just, like, is the hatred in the room with us? Like, where is it? I do admit, maybe I could have worded my tweet differently. I feel like people got mad that I said that I was cringing, but I was just being honest. It's cringe. It's cringe to see people fling blind hatred at people, and it's strange to me. And it just reminded me of all the times this whole thing with Peanut and seeing everybody like get mad that he won the VTuber award. I just felt like I was being transported back to when I won Creator of the Year and everybody was flinging shit at me. And I'm just like, bro, I just won an award,
know
dude. What the
baby
fuck?
Cries and let's party in the
Holy
Old West
shit.
or in Space Nodders.
It's the same shit.
I don't think it's the same stuff because what was being flung your way was insane. And to be honest, the people that were flinging the stuff your way are flinging stuff over at all VTubers now. But following all that, you know, you got the cringe post, whatever. I do think, though, people are attacking Iron Mouse unjustifiably and saying some really unhinged shit. And we'll go through it real quick because we got this one from Proctor. I'll dare to say it. If Iron Mouse wasn't seriously ill, she'd be an average flesh streamer and hate VTubers. The only reason she is one is because that's what her life circumstances forced her to be. How else should I interpret her choosing to spit on the medium whenever possible? To be honest, if I'm gonna be real here, I think if she wasn't ill, she probably wouldn't be a streamer. That's my personal opinion here. And I don't think trying to attack her for being ill is a smart idea. And I gotta be honest here, I like Connor, how he came in here. This is such a deranged way to view the world. Log off, it's an effing VTuber award. I don't think you're doing yourself any favor there, Connor, but defending your friend, I got props. And I don't think attacking Iron Mouse for her sickness is a smart idea. I think that's deranged shit. I think that's freaking crazy. I've disagreed with Iron Mouse in this whole situation. I have been over here being like, I disagree. I don't like how you're doing this. I do think you're being very careless, and I think you're allowing people that hate the medium to come in here and make more fun of the medium. I think that that's a bad thing to do. I still like Iron Mouse. I still enjoy Iron Mouse. I still think she's a wonderful content creator. I just disagree with her here. And I'm not going to do the unhinged thing and attempt to attack her because of her illness. I think that's crazy. Legitimately, I think that's nightmare level craziness right there, because I don't know what she would have done if she wasn't sick. Like, VTubing is what allowed her to do the creation. She didn't want to show her face and stuff, so she went through VTubing. For all we know, she would have still been a VTuber even if she wasn't sick. For crying out loud, I still have the opinion that she might not have even been a streamer if it wasn't for the fact that she's sick. But that's not all. You then get Shy Lily Virus fan here, who I agree with, but I'm gonna... You know what? It's a little rough. All I have to say is that all this is pathetic. Both sides are showing their ass and bringing up the Hogwarts Legacy drama again. Are you stupid? And yeah, because of the whole, hey, he said the F slur, you now got people like this. Feel like I'm going crazy. The man is on camera saying slurs. This is her defending Silverveil all over again. I'm sorry, but who the hell died and made her a monarch of all VTubers? God, I hate this stupid effing pink vegetable. Condescending hua. Mouse, you should have worded everything a whole lot better. A lot of this stuff could have been presented, but again, because he said the F slur, you got these people now attacking her. Yeah, people like Proctor going after her frickin', and he doesn't care about the F slur thing, but he has her going after her illness. You got all this shit going on now. And I'm over here like, this is not helping anything. This is making us all look retarded. I'm getting lumped up with people like this, people like Proctor. I'm getting lumped up in there. Kitsu's getting lumped up with people like that. I think there is a barrier to entry in all this, don't get me wrong, but this isn't it. I'm gracefully disagreeing with Mousy here. I'm trying to be as nice as it possible because I just disagree. I'm not gonna do this crazy shit. And this shit here is what drives other people away. Legitimately. It makes more sense since they did it first that the anime VTubers get the VTuber category and non-anime rigs get a separate one. Fair. I think it would be more accepting if VTubers were in every other category except for basically being relegated to their own separate one, but it is what it is. Because again, I think the bigger issue with the whole Streamer Awards was just the disrespect shown to VTubers across the board. But then you get this, listen, Connor, again, I could be like, hey, it's a effing VTuber award. I could say, hey, you're not doing yourself any favors here. I could still give you props for coming out here and defending your friend. I'm going to be on that side. Hey, you did the right thing by defending your friend. I think you could have worded it better. Now you got people attacking Connor for his cringe thing when they were just going over a model and him saying it's child prawn. It's child prawn, just a little toy. Then you got Iron Mouse tries so desperately to appeal to the average Twitch user, she'd throw VTubing and the entire VTubing community under the bus for just a silver of normie clout. I disagree. I seriously disagree. Here's the thing. Again, I don't think Peanut's a VTuber. Check my other videos if you're going to watch this, or I've already gone on entire rants about this. Do I think Mouse could have worded this all better and could have seen what VTubers, other VTubers, not the schizos that think he's bad, that he said the F slur, but would have actually listened to some of the stuff and, hey, there is a culture here and stuff like this, and some of the things he has said is disrespectful. You know, you could take into account about all that stuff. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think she could have done better there. But just because she's being gracious like she's supposed to be doing, legitimately, you should probably be gracious here. You lost. Mouse is a very positive person, wants to always do the whole, hey, we're going to be positive. We're going to talk about, hey, he's winning. He deserved it, blah, 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 whatever. Just because she's doing that, I don't think she's throwing the whole VTuber scene under the bus. I disagree with her. I don't think she would sacrifice VTubing if she was ill and be a flesh tuber. I don't think she is freely always throwing VTubing under the bus, because I've seen her do some of the biggest fights for VTubing. She's loved VTubing so much. She has progressed it so much, and she's literally gone to Congress. A VTuber in Congress. I'm not even joking. I think she has done a whole lot for the medium, and I don't feel right disrespecting her. And the people like this, you aren't doing any favors for the medium either. You are making the medium very unlikable by other people. And again, I don't think you should be catering to the peanut crowd, but this convinces other people that might be interested to run the other way, because you're willing to attack just about anybody, even one of your biggest champions out there, if they slightly disagree with you. So still say I would still call myself a PNG tuber, even if I fully animated my character. That's fair. There's still people that do that. Like, here, let me see. Can I pull up the Streamer Awards? Let's see. Can I still pull up, like, who was nominated? Yes, I can. I can only do winner. I see who was nominated within winners. Okay, so, like, if I show this up, and this is, god damn it, they should have done this, but best music streamer, DDG, but a bunch of people I know nothing about. You know, there's a bunch of VTubers that just sing. They just sing. They do all sorts of musical events. They do a bunch of things. Nana Banana was still around. I don't think she would have been up there, but that would have been somebody to put up there. There's a bunch of VTubers that all they do is sing and they make music. No VTubers there. Go down here. This is 2 out of 23. Rosie Doodle. I don't even know who that is, but best crass art streamer. Who's Rosie Doodle? Let me legitimately look. Okay, I'll be gracious. Let's look up who's Rosie Doodle. Is this a fleshy person or is this a? Looks like a VTuber. It's a VTuber. So okay, 1. That's 1 in the non-VTubing category. Okay. Let's see here. Best roleplay streamer. I'm definitely not gonna say these guys are VTubers. Don't see any VTubers. Best MOBA streamer. No VTuber. Best brand partner. I'd argue Gamer Subs because they do a whole lot with VTubers, but it's not a VTuber. So yeah. Hidden Gem Award. I guess you got 2. So far. I just love puzzles. That was actually kind of cool. She's an old woman that just wants to stream puzzles. And I'm saying I guess 2 because I don't know if this is a VTuber or not. So I'm gonna, you know what? 1.5. 1.5 so far. Best Battle Royale streamer. Why isn't Doki Bird up here? Okay, well, I guess they did have a separate category for best Marvel Rivals player, but that's just me. She's played Marvel Rivals a lot, but best fighting game streamer, Lily Pichu. This dude was not a VTuber, by the way. I could say that one. Best MMORPG, again, no VTuber. Best speedrunner, no VTuber. Best sports streamer, I doubt there's gonna be a VTuber there, so I'll give that one a pass. Best Minecraft streamer, why isn't there a VTuber here? VTubers stream Minecraft like fucking crazy. Why isn't there one in here? Don't know. Best Marvel Rivals streamer, legitimately, why isn't Doki Bird in here? That has been her fucking content for years now. If I go, you know what? I'm gonna be careful because Twitch is, you know, Twitch. I'm gonna be a little careful on this one. I go, okay, there's nothing degenerate there. Doki Bird. If I go Doki Bird. She's not streaming, thank the Lord. But I go about right away. Marvel Rivals. Let's go videos. How many of these are Marvel Rivals? Marvel Rivals. She has done so much Marvel Rivals content, it's insane. I wonder if I go home. Yeah, Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is one of her main categories she hops in. Why wasn't she in this category? Like, at all? That's getting jilted. Best FPS streamer. Why wasn't she here? She does a lot of FPSs. Why isn't she there? Best strategy game streamer. No VTuber. Best reality streamer. Okay, definitely not going to be in there, so I'm not going to... Or IRL. Well, no, Fillion. Fillion does a lot of IRL content. Even as a VTuber, she does a lot of IRL content. Same with Iron Mouse. Why aren't they here? Best... I don't know what a vertical live is, so I'm not even going to try to figure that one out. Stream game of the year. Okay, obviously VTubers aren't going to be there. Best content organization. Hololive. Okay, let's say we're at 3.5 or 2.5 now. Let's say we're at 2.5. Best international streamer. The fuck? Why isn't there any VTubers here? The amount of them that are in Mexico, Europe, Japan, all over the world. Why isn't there a single one here? Seriously. Best stream duo. I'll acknowledge Iron Mouse and Connor, but that's like, who else are you gonna throw up there? Best streamer collab. No VTubers. Best marathon stream. You know what? That's gonna be hard to beat. Best stream event. Again. Best stream series. But you're getting the point. Best VTuber. This is the last thing. Best VTuber. And then everything else. Best variety streamer. Again, Fillion. She does a lot of variety. Why isn't she up there? Just chatting. tons of VTubers are just chatting. Tons are there. Rising Star Award, no VTuber. Best Breakout Streamer, no VTuber. League of Their Own, no VTuber. Streamer's Choice Award, Jason the Ween. I'm pretty much, I've tapped this a whole lot. Gamer of the Year. But you're getting the point. Like, in the grand scheme of things, there was no VTubers up there. None. VTubers got jilted. And by the way, I heard this. I don't know if it's true. Supposedly, even when if I go over to the Streamer Awards, actually, let me take a look. Stream. I think they saved the best VTuber of the year on Twitch for the end. I actually do. I think they did save that for the very end. If I scroll through this, they usually announce like who won after the fact. Streamer of the Year, Gamer of the Year, Sapphire Award, Legacy. Oh, maybe they didn't save the best VTuber for the year. Yeah, they didn't save the best VTuber for the very end. They did it a whole lot earlier, but they milked the VTubers like crazy. Like fucking crazy. But that's that though. Sorry, I was looking at something real quick. What was this? Crony was accidentally almost vulnerable live on her space. Luckily, she swallowed her emotions and shoved them deep, deep down inside herself. Wait, what is this? What is this? What is this? What's going on?
I just remembered that I'm recording this space. I can't be vulnerable. I cannot be vulnerable. Never mind, guys. I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good, guys. Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, I just remembered. Yeah. Yeah, I'm chill. Yeah, it's all good, guys. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
I know this is weird. I'm curious. What?
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, that was so close. I was gonna be like vulnerable, and then I realized that this is recording. So, oh yeah, it's all good. Well.
Okay. I don't know what you were going to be vulnerable about, but okay. Crony's a Hollow Life streamer. That's why I was like, what is this? What's going on here? Okay, that's not. Yeah, I didn't know what was happening there. That's why I took a look at it. It was a nothing burger. Okay, it was nothing. But why don't we get into a funner thing? Funner? More fun? Funnier? Whatever the words is. Because there was if I can get this to close out. There is another drama that is going on that is just hilarious. Actually, before we do that, no, let's just do it. Let's just do it because this one was funny. I'm sorry, this one's just funny because I don't like short fat otaku at all, and I'm laughing at this because I find this to be just hilarious right now. So let me get a swig of water. Swig of water. Water. Let's be real. Okay? Australians in Australia, that's a backwards made up country. It doesn't actually exist, blah, blah, blah. They do say water a whole lot cooler than we do. Water. Water. But anyways, you know what? I'll record this one too. I'll record this one too. Because this was just straight up funny. So there is a channel I like to watch. And I'm not going to even ignore why I like to watch this channel. It's because the guy shits on short fat otaku a lot, okay? I really enjoy this channel. This is Ace1918. I enjoy this channel so much, but there is a drama going on right now between Ace and short fat otaku because Dev thought he was going to be clever here. He did. He thought he was going to be clever. He thought he is going to be like an intelligent individual. In reality, he looks like a moron. He looks incredibly stupid right now. And it's all because Ace decided to go live the other day with a debate. Short Fat Otaku debate live stream, maybe. Now, when this was being promoted, I saw this as well. It was, hey, he's finally going to debate Short Up Fat Otaku. Dev is finally going to be showing up to do a debate with Ace, because Dev and Ace have been going back and forth at it for the past several months, years at this point. Like, it's insane how often they are fighting back and forth. It is crazy. But okay, a debate was supposed to be had. Well, actually, this was a trap by Ace, and we'll go through it. Because it didn't happen. You know, Dev ran away. Dev ran away to go grocery shopping. I'm trying to tell you this with a straight face right now, because this is the dumbest drama, but at the same time, one of the funniest things. And yes, Dev left to go grocery shopping, but Dev has been seeing this and is now seething. Just so everybody knows what's going on here, Ace challenged me to a debate. I ignored him because he's a deranged stalker who's been A-logging me for 2 years. Despite this, he announced I would be going on his stream today. Now he's screaming that I backed out. Well, there's a little bit more to that, actually. There's just a little bit more. And I'll bring us over to this. Okay, I'll bring us over to this. Now, this is a recent stream that Dev had. I don't know how long ago, but this is a clip that's going around. This is something Dev said on his own stream.
So Grithix says, Dev, I was there for the Dev versus the World stream. It was pretty fun, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I was hoping for more fiery. Yeah, me too. Okay, listen. Hi, everyone. Listen to me, okay? I know that Lumi's in the chat right now. She watched through the entire Dev versus the World stream. All right? I have some very vocal haters out there. Mm-hmm. Some very deranged, irrational haters. Mm-hmm. None of them called in.
Of course they did.
None of them. I saw some of them in the chat of that stream, and they were saying all this, oh, the Dev's lying. None of them fucking called in. All of my haters are cowards. All right?
So it turns out, not even joking, that this is a reality. This Dev versus the World stream took place on a separate channel. Didn't take place on Dev's main channel. Didn't take place on anything else. Had very little fanfare abound to actually doing the stream itself. And then he goes live and nobody shows up. And even Ace, who would have shown up, was at work. So he couldn't show up. Couldn't show up at all. So that's why, after this whole thing where he's like, hey, none of my haters showed up. Nobody showed up. I'd gladly debate them, but none of them showed up to the stream that I did with very little fanfare and try to hide and say that it didn't even happen, you know, this whole thing. None of them showed up, which then led to Ace doing this. Okay? It led to him making this whole Short Fat Otaku live stream debate because he's saying, hey, I'll debate you. Okay, show up. Show up. You didn't. And furthermore, we have this update on the Dev debate. Looks like he decided to go shopping around the time of the debate. The stream will still begin on schedule, and I do have a backup guest. I figured Dev wouldn't actually show up. Yeah. So this is apparently Dev's roommate who's streaming at the same time, and he gets asked the question of where's Dev? Tell Dev to grow potatoes this year if you guys still have a garden.
Whenever the next move is.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn this down.
No Dev, nope. I think he's off. I think they're off shopping or something.
No
There was
Dev.
talk of shop today.
Instead of going to the debate, he decided to go shopping. Very public debate that he would have seen, because if we come over here to like the actual video in question that was made by Ace to talk about this, there's a clip in here where Dev is just like being DM'd constantly about this. Like, it's all over his Twitter feed. he would have known without a shadow of a doubt that this thing was happening. He was being added left, right, and center. It's right here. Just constant ads that this is going to be going on. This is going to be going on. So you can't do the whole, hey, I didn't know. Hey, I didn't know. Hey, I didn't know. You knew. You're now hiding. You're going out there trying to play the big guy. Say, hey, none of my haters show up. None of my haters show up. But none of my A-logs show up. None of this shows up. And then one of them opens it up for you to come on. You decide to go run away. What the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? You can't be doing shit like this. You can't. You can't schedule a stream to go up against your haters and say that this is going to be our haters with a little fanfare on a channel that nobody really knows about. Apparently it was on Wick TV, but nobody knew it was going on Wick TV. So nobody actually went to go see it. It was pretty much dead. Nobody showed up to go one-on-one with him. What are you expecting? And then the number one guy who would have done it is at work. So now you're expecting him to go out there and be all like, yeah, I should cancel my job to go do stuff with you. But when he puts on a stream, you're all like, no, I can't do it. I have to go shopping. And furthermore, he wasn't just shopping, guys. What is really telling, he was actually in the chat of Mahler's stream. Like, at the time this was going on, he's in the chat of Mahler's stream. So what is it? Are you shopping? Or are you hanging out with Mahler watching him play games? What's going on, buddy? What's going on? And I have this from Aiden Paladin that really just breaks it down because she quote tweeted his post and let's say what actually happened. Last week, Dev went on Wick TV's channel to do a roast me stream. When Ace didn't show up because he was at work, Dev called him a coward. Dev also on his stream intimated that he was making a hit piece on Sargon, that he's pulling old clips from 2015 for talk shit about me, talk shit about Kirsha, lied about the time he pretended to be a deaf/mute woman, blaming it on Medicare, and rewrote history around his mod harassing Kirsha, which he previously claimed never happened. Dev uploaded the VOD of the Wick struggle session and continued to call Ace a coward for not ditching work to call into said stream in the comments. Ace reasonably takes this as him accepting to debate, so set up a stream. Many people tag Dev on Twitter alerting him. Dev leaves his roommate to stream alone on his gaming channel while the scheduled debate Ace has set up is about to happen, making him deal with chat asking about said debate. He says Dev had to go out shopping and isn't home. While the debate stream was live and while supposedly out shopping, Dev was actively in the live chat on Mahler's channel, calling Ace a stalker. Even Sargon was in Ace's chat, waiting for Dev to show up. He never showed up. So is Ace a stalker or a coward who won't show up for a debate because he has a real job? By Dev's own standards, he is the coward here. This dude legit pulled a mundane Matt, holy-ish. Now he's trying to lie his way out of it once again. I've never seen someone so allergic to the truth. LOL, LMAO, even. Dude, Dev is such the biggest schizo out there. Like, he is a lolcow. He thinks he's so intelligent. He's so, like, charismatic and like this guy who can't be made fun of. Legitimately, dude. You're a lolcow at this point. You rewrite history like it's going out of style. You make bullshit claims up left, right, and center. And when people try to call you the fuck out, you act like that's not even happening. Like, what's happening isn't reality and it's stuff like this. Like, calling out Ace, saying he's an unhinged stalker, yet when he's inviting you on, you're running away hiding like a coward. Bro, come the fuck on. This shit is a joke. That's why I like following this. That's why I love following the Dev drama so much, because it's just a fucking retarded lolcow. That's all it is. And Ace just calls it as he sees it, because dude's fucking stupid. He thinks he says pretty big words and acts so smart and intellectual, and therefore he's an intellectual, when in reality he's nothing more than a boot-licking lolcow. That's it. Seriously, take Pippa's advice by now and just see Canadian healthcare. Oh yeah, fuck with Sargon. That will go well. Dude, the reason Dev's in the position that he's in now is because he started fucking with Sargon. Like, a lot of this is still leftovers from Gamergate. Like, Dev and all that, they're Gamergate alumni, more or less. And they all became very popular because of Sargon of God. Now he's biting the hand that fed him. And he's trying to cozy up with people like Wick TV, who's a super progressive individual that tries to say that, no, I'm just a reasonable, independent kind of dude. But in reality, he's just super fucking progressive and is a loser. He's like a pro-Destiny kind of dude. He does a bunch of debate streams, but I ignore the fact that he took money from Progressive Victory and never told people about it. Like, there's a lot of scummy behavior going on here, and fucking Dev thinks he's being all cool and smart about it, but in reality, he's just fucking retarded. He's just a moron of the highest order. Jesus Christ. Legitimately, if you want to see some of like, and listen, okay, I like Ace. I like listening to Ace's like dev videos. I will say it takes a special kind of person to listen to his dev videos because of the way Ace presents it all. It is very it's very weird. By the way, Dev also recently said that he would prefer communism over ever voting for a Trumper. He thinks communism is the lesser evil of any MAGA thing. And he lives in Canada. What the fuck? What if Otaku Dev makes a graph to explain why he changed and fails? I do suggest people check out Ace's channel and just look at some of the things that he has on Dev, because you'll be like, what the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is even going on here? Even death is preferable to communism. Legitimately, yes. Legitimately, yes. And Dev's like, it would be better to live under a communistic dictatorship than live anywhere near a MAGA supporter. Here, we can play this real quick. Like, it's only a 2-minute video. This will also show you, like, a little downside of, like, Ace's content.
Hello everyone, Ace here, and today we are back with yet another bad take from Dev. And for the record, I was intending on covering a—
By the way, it says it right here. I'm a liberal doesn't mean I co-sign communists or anarchists. LOL, the leftist versus lib thing totally breaks down when you guys still all vote for whatever corpse the Dem party puts in front of you. Yes, because MAGA is worse. So you do, in fact, co-sign communists or anarchists. What conviction? If you make me choose the lesser evil, communism is the lesser evil over MAGA. What? What? That's fucking insane. Yes. Legitimately, yes.
A separate bad take from Dev, and still might later on. It's just that this one has started to get noticed, and quite rightly so, because Dev is openly saying that he believes that communism as an ideology is not as bad as MAGA, and therefore he would support it over MAGA. Now admittedly, he already kind of low-key admitted this when he took up the vote blue no matter who stance, but the fact that he's just blatantly saying it out in the open now, well, that does make it a lot more obvious for scrutiny now, doesn't it? Needless to say, I completely look forward to the source that Dev no doubt can provide that shows how MAGA has managed to produce a higher death toll in world history than communism. I cannot wait to see Dev.
You can also kind of see like some of the downsides of Ace's like presentation. Like it's very, can't quite put a word on it. It's very like articulate, and I can no doubt understand. It's kind of like intellectual thing. It's like Dude, just say it as you see it. Dev's a fucking moron who would rather vote for communism over MAGA. Bro, again, he lives in Canada. So, maybe he really does want Canadian healthcare. Maybe that is a desire for him. Should I, legitimate question. Should I do a stream in which I go over the Kirsche thing? Good to know Dev is still lost. Dude, that man is fucking unhinged. That dude is fucking wild. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. Actually, I don't know if he was ever normal the more that I think about it. Part of me, though legitimately sits here and wonders, like, was he ever normal, or is this just Dev being Dev? Like, he got so tired of being on, like, the more conservative side or being more right-leaning that he decided to prostate himself and just take up all the bad positions. I have no fucking idea. And I would promote, there was a video out there a while back from somebody that was streaming with, I literally just had her thing pulled up and I can't remember her name. Aiden. Somebody was streaming with Aiden Paladin a little while ago. This would have been like last year or something like that. It was after a Dev fallout and all that stuff. I would suggest listening to that. The problem is Aiden is both ADHD riddled autism and was drunk. So you just take that chaos. It's a fun stream, don't get me wrong. I might find it someday and go over it, but it is that no joke is crazy. That was a crazy thing because there was a lot of things that ended up getting revealed because she was drunk and autistic and ADHDing out. A lot of shit got revealed. And it's kind of why Aiden isn't involved in a lot of shit right now. So, it's that. But hey, why don't we talk about one other thing? This is I have like 2 other topics for tonight. Yeah, why don't we talk about this? And I'm not going to record this one as a segment. I don't even know if I'll put up the Dev segment. But I do kind of want to talk about this because I'm sorry. Anybody that thinks that this interview with Piers Morgan was good or made Piers look good at all is fucking insane. I'm sorry. This was not it. And I'm not over here being the Nick Fuentes fan. Okay, I dislike Nick Fuentes in the greatest degree of imaginable. I think he is a Fed. I have laid out on several occasions why I think he's a Fed. Bro, you were out there actually encouraging people to enter into the Capitol building on January 6th. You get pulled aside by the feds sometimes after for questioning, and not a single thing happened to him. And I know there's people that will say, well, he lost money, it was put on the no-fly list, blah, blah, blah. That all happened prior to January 6th. So seriously, what's going on there? You can even take a look at his connections with Ollie Alexander. Ali, A-L-I Alexander. You can take a look at some of the shit that was going on there with America First and some of the craziness there and the crimes that Ali Alexander committed. You can even, some of his actual statements, being associated with things like the doll room chats over on X, some of his other stances that he's had, come hunting with his catboy roommate. There's a lot of shit there that's like, I'm too old to be his target demographic. The thing is, Legendary Scrub, you probably would have enjoyed this back and forth because Nick Fuentes just quit giving a shit. He quit giving a shit throughout this entire back and forth. And it's very clear to see when you get clips like this going viral. But before we do that, there was a moment. Let's see. Where was the first one? Is it? Let me take a look at the timestamps because this is just awful. Nick Fuentes on his background, how he's shaped. Piers Morgan asked Nick Fuentes. Right here. Let's just hop to this.
You said this. We're looping.
This was not good.
You said this already.
But you haven't really directly, I think, responded to it, which is whether your father would not take you to certain restaurant chains because he associated them with black Americans. Is that true?
No. Well, see here, if you're in America, you would say that Olive Garden is not real Italian food.
Yes, but he ends up trying to legitimately drag his father as a racist. Nick's father isn't here to defend himself. Nick's father is nowhere near here, and Pierce is trying to say that Nick's father is a racist and is trying to attack Nick's father via Nick. That's low. That's low blow shit. Like, I could keep playing this for a little bit just to get let's get to like right here.
I think it's 1 in 20 black men will commit.
Maybe that was too. No, Pierce Morgan's right. Let's see. Let's just see.
Can I explain?
I'm literally reminding you of something you said on your show, which led me to conclude a certain thing. If I'm wrong, tell me.
Yeah, it was said in jest as a humorous anecdote, and now you're trying to spin it into a narrative, which is his parents are racist. He comes from a long line of racists. And I think everybody knows my parents are boomers. Mm-hmm. And these people you're a boomer, I guess, too, in a way, 60. Right? You were born in 19? Yeah, so you're a boomer also. Or maybe you're a Gen Xer. I suppose it's sort of on the cusp. But it's a humorous anecdote. These are kind of the attitudes of baby boomers in society, but you're trying to spin it into a narrative, which is you're a product of your environment. Your dad's racist because of this joke. Now you're a racist. And I don't think that's a fair characterization.
Okay. People can make their own minds up. They can go.
Yeah, you were being kind of a twat there. Like, if you watch this interview, I had to tap out. I'll admit I had to tap out because it was getting to the point where you could tell Nick wasn't taking Pierce seriously at all. Pierce was just trying to do more or less a struggle session with Nick Fuentes. And it wasn't making Nick Fuentes look bad. It was making Pierce look bad. This entire back and forth made Pierce look like a fucking cunt. I'll just say it. And then you get this. Now, mind you, prior to this, Pierce Morgan put on an entire 90-second clip. Like, I wonder if I could find that real. Like, they played this entire clip. Let's see. It would have been prior to this. There was an entire, like, 90-second clip. Go through here. Nick Fuentes on Donald Trump, ExpressVPN. Pierce Morgan asks Fuentes if he's ever had sex. That was an actual thing. Like, Pierce Morgan attacked Nick Fuentes for not having sex as an unmarried Catholic man. Nick Fuentes discusses his comments about world jewelry. Pierce Morgan challenges Nick Fuentes on Hitler. Pierce Morgan challenges Nick Fuentes denying the Holocaust. Pierce Morgan's questioned Nick Fuentes on anti-Semitism. Let's see. Is it
answered emphatically?
Let's see. Is this jewelry? Other clips. Other clips. Other clips. Bullshit. Right here. Okay, yeah, you get this. Yes, this random dude, come on, and for like 90 seconds just starts berating Nick because Nick said he thinks Mustache Man from World War II was cool. Okay, just a statement. And then this dude's on here just going like, my family died in the Holocaust. Oh, it's so awful. I can't believe you would say this. Oh my God, it's awful. It's awful. It's awful. And then you get, you get this back and forth.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them,
and I'm tired of pretending he's not.
Well,
to be honest,
this is the problem. You see, it's a bit like when you just say, "I'm a racist." You're a racist. You think Hitler's cool, but you're not anti-Semitic.
You can see Pierce is going like, "You're saying this. I cannot believe you're saying this. Oh my God, it's awful. Look at him." And you can see Nick just doesn't give a shit. That's why Nick is doing this. This is the moment, like, if you listen to this, you could tell when Nick just does not give a shit anymore and isn't taking this seriously and is deciding to just troll the entire time. You can listen to it when the switch happens. It's like, I'm done fucking with you.
If you're a Jewish person watching this, what are they thinking? You think
yeah. Nick didn't give a shit. And I will say, people should go check this entire 2-hour fucking thing out. Because it's wild, man. The shit Pierce pulls. The shit Pierce... It's low-brow fucking scummy shit. I didn't watch the full thing. You could tell Pierce expected Nick to feel shame. And when Nick didn't, Pierce was off kilter. Exactly. He was expecting Nick to come in and go like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. for saying these heinous things. I'm sorry for doing this. I'm sorry for being like this. I'm sorry for saying that we should all be racist a little bit. He refused to even think about what Nick is saying in some regards. Because, like, I disagree with Nick on a lot. Like, a lot of shit. But I kind of understand what it is that he's saying. Like, the whole, hey, white people should be more racist or have the guarantee to be more racist. He's talking about, like, how people are, like, how other individuals are acting. How they have been, like, you know, the guilt tripping, saying how they're going out there just being gangbangers and stuff like that. That's what he's talking about. Now, do I think that he has the bad position? Yes, I think that's an insane position to have, but I get what it is that he's coming from, and I can agree with the issue. I disagree with the prescription. If you get that, you know, you get that. I disagree with Nick on his prescriptions to cure the problems. That's kind of my overall thing. Pierce wanted Nick to just beg for forgiveness. Beg. I'm sorry for saying these things. Nick wasn't going to apologize. And when he came after his father out the gate, yeah, he did not want to deal with you. I don't want Epic Mike locked up. However, I don't want to be stabbed in the neck while riding the train. Exactly. I agree with that. I think Epic Mike's a cool dude. Doesn't deserve to be locked up. Same time, you know what? I kind of don't want to be immolated. I don't want to be set fire to on a train. See, the prescription, the symptom there is awful individuals running amok. Awful people that should be in prison, but aren't in prison due to DEI and some of these self-corruptive policies that we have out there that try to go more lenient on the people of melanin skinned. The answer there is do away with that shit and lock these fuckers up. It's not just be racist to a bunch of black people. That's not the answer. It's do away with this stuff that prevents them from being locked up and lock them the fuck up. Heck, there was an entire moment where I think anybody with a fucking brain would say, hey, yeah, it's moving into the black areas of some of these cities is probably a dangerous thing to do. Like, that's simple math. Like, for fuck's sakes, everybody understands that. Pierce Morgan's over here going like, well, should black people be worried about white people because more white people shoot up schools? And when Nick's trying to bring up the whole per capita discussion and understand what a per capita means and, you know, understanding like, hey, when we adjust for this stuff, one side commits disproportionate amount of violent crimes over anybody else. Pierce was like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. And it's like, why can't we say that? Why can't we say that? Why can't we ask these questions? Why can't we do this? And that's my whole thing, even with his, like, the Holocaust discussion that was going on here. It's like, we're told we're not allowed to ask questions, and if we do, we'll have our entire lives destroyed. That convinces people to want to ask questions. Like, if it's against the law in some areas, that convinces people to ask questions. Like, you're not allowed to do this. And these concepts were just going over fucking Pierce's head, and Pierce just wanted to attack and berate Nick Fuentes the entire time. Which then, like, anybody with half a fucking brain would have done what Asmongold is here. LSF is calling out Asmongold for giggling along to the Nick Fuentes Pierce Morgan interview. We didn't shit the Overton. We didn't shift the Overton window. We burned down the house, the whole neighborhood. This is crazy.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them,
and I'm tired of pretending he's not.
Well,
to be honest,
this is the problem. You see, it's a bit like when you just say, "I'm a racist." You're a racist. You think Hitler's cool, but you're not anti-Semitic. If you're a Jewish person watching this, what are they thinking? You think?
Like anybody who's looking at this with half a fucking brain, they understand what Nick just did there. It's like, I'm done playing these fucking games. So yeah, Asmongold's gonna start fucking laughing because it's so fucking wild what just happened there. Just somebody came out and fucking said it. And it's kind of refreshing. I'll admit, it's kind of refreshing to have Nick Fuentes just come out there and say what some people are thinking. Not that Hitler's cool, but I mean some of the other stuff, just unabashedly saying some of the things that we're not allowed to say. That's kind of freaking funny. Like, that's wild. That's why people laugh, because it's like nobody thought somebody would actually ever say this shit. Even looking at his fucking chat here, bro, he destroyed Pierce. I heard somebody say base. Nobody thinks what he's saying is actually base. They're thinking it's fucking awesome just seeing somebody go like, yeah, fuck you. That's what it was. It was Nick Fuentes just up with the middle fingers, just rocking and rolling. Just go like, yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. That's all that was happening there.
Bro, we didn't shift the Overton window. We burned down the house. We burned down the whole motherfucking neighborhood. Oh my God. This is crazy. Yeah, this is nuts. I saw another clip about this too, with no insurance. Yes, and no survivors. And all or nothing. No, there's another clip about this too. Here we go. Here we go.
This is where you talk about Jews, women, and blacks.
Oh my God, this is actually a funny clip.
I've seen it. You've seen it. We've all seen it.
Just take a listen.
They're always coming up with, no, it's not the Jews. No, it's not women. No, it's not blacks. It's actually really complicated. No, it fucking isn't at all. Jews are running society. Women need to shut the fuck up. Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. Mm-hmm. And we would live in paradise. It's that simple.
Man.
It is wild to hear just somebody say that shit sometimes. It is wild. That's why you get the LMAOs, the base. These are just trolls. These are just trolls. I mean...
Okay.
He's just nodding.
Would you like to clarify what you meant there?
That's all true.
It's okay, breathe.
The old media technique of shaming people doesn't work when they're not ashamed.
Well, it's more than that, okay? It's more than what he's just saying there. It's not just that he's not ashamed. It's that you've already destroyed his entire life. He's not allowed to fly. He's been debanked across the board. He's had to create an entirely different ecosystem just to survive. He knows that nothing you will say will actually affect his life. He knows that it's all pointless. And mind you, all while his life has been destroyed, not able to fly, debanked, deplatformed, everything is just taken away from him. He's somehow become one of the biggest streamers and content creators in the modern day. He's somehow become this whole voice for a generation right now, which is nightmarish to say the least. But think about that. He has risen above, even though everything's already been taken away from him. Think about that. So why would he give a fuck what Piers Morgan has to say? Why would he give a shit? He's out here just like, hey, he'll fucking do the Gavin McGinnis thing that Gavin McGinnis did on fucking F&T. Not saying that you should, and not saying that Gavin McGinnis was smart, but that's practically what he's doing right now. He's just whipping out his dick and go like, what are you gonna do, Pierce? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? My life's been destroyed already. Everything's been taken away from me. Nothing you say will affect me. I have zero fucks to give.
The entire shame apparatus has failed. It's fallen apart. It doesn't work anymore.
That's 100% true. Everything I said in that clip is true.
Including that blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Yeah. Yes.
This is where you talk about...
the way he says it!
Yeah, if anybody's getting upset with Asmongold, like, let's be fair. The way Nick Fuentes just delivers these lines, it's like, fuck. The most dangerous thing in the world is a man who has a man with nothing left to lose. Legitimately, Nick has become unkillable. And again, I highly disagree with a lot of his his prescriptions on the way to do life. You can take a look at Steven Crowder's discussion with him last week. I thought Steven Crowder did the best discussion with Nick Fuentes. Crowder pushed back on a lot of his positions and a lot of his belief structures right there. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. I think Steven Crowder did the best back and forth with Nick Fuentes. Pierce Morgan here is just not understanding what the fuck he's supposed to be doing.
Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow. So we're already Jesus guys. So we're already in a whole different world now. We are all the way in a different world. And yeah, he's okay with women shutting up. I mean, Pierce is okay with women shutting up. I think a lot of guys are. So the gloves are off. Yeah. And the thing is, bro, when we watch, maybe tomorrow, maybe we watch
I don't want to go over this entire fucking thing because I had to stop listening to it on multiple occasions just because of how scummy Pierce was. Like, Pierce, he was being scummy. He was trying to use all those traditional, like, shaming tactics. And it's like, none of this is going to work, dude. None of this is going to work. You need to pull up. You're not succeeding. What you're doing is signaling to the base of the people that hate Nick Fuentes that it's still okay to hate Nick Fuentes. Thing is, I hate Nick Fuentes. I highly disagree with the dude. Just because of that, though, I still can point out, like, hey, he got a win here. He got a win. Anybody saying he didn't get a win, you're a fucking lunatic. Nick Fuentes came away looking like the actual hero here, while Pierce Morgan looked like a fucking scumbag. For fuck's sakes, you're trying to malign his father as being a racist, and his father's not even there to defend himself. Like, what are you fucking doing? That's some scummy fucking behavior right there. That's fucking something I'd expect from New York Times or any of these other fucking outlets. And you're out here just doing it brazenly right away. And you're like, well, we're not going to have any gotchas or pop any of these things. We're going to be very honest and truthful. And it's like, your father's a racist. And then Pierce has the audacity to go like, so it's okay for you to go on your street and talk about this anecdote that your father said that makes him sound racist. But when I bring it up, it's bad. It's like, yes. You want to know why it's okay for Nick to do it? Because guess what? That's Nick's father. That's Nick's family. He has the right to talk about his family and some of the things that his family has gone through and shit like that. You, however, who is trying to attack individuals and do shit like that, because a lot of this comes from like the product of like one's creation and shit like that. That's what led into the attack on the father. You doing that is your attempt to attack his own father. That's not cool. That's bullshit. Statistically, racism, racial profiling saves lives. Let's be fair. Granted, let's also be fair. What are you more than likely going to do? Late at night, walking down a street, you have two options. Either one side is a black man dressed up in a very nice looking outfit, you know, suit and tie, while on the other side, there's a white guy with his pants down below his ankles. More than likely, you're going to take the side with the guy dressed up like a businessman. Those things change how people perceive you. Those are important things to do in life. And there's a... Shit, I'm going to sound like a fucking... There's an episode of Boy Meets World where it's like how you present yourself is how people will judge you. I don't remember what episode it was. I believe it's in season 2. I believe it's in season 2. Because it takes place when they're in middle school and they have Turner. And Turner's the one that's leading this discussion. And he goes like, okay, you know, it's all about how people are perceiving you, how you're presenting yourself in the real world. And he does this whole thing of, what if I came in, you know, as your English teacher, and all of a sudden I'm talking like, hey, yo, I'm going to be teaching you some good English, isn't that right now? Something like that. You know, that's a whole joke, but it's like, hey, what you're seeing, this is your English teacher. He should be presenting himself as a well-rounded individual. hit my mic again, that knows English. And when he comes in like that, you're going to be like, yeah, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Or the people that are stupid like me are going to get A's. Great. So presentation matters in all this. And that's some of the things that get kind of left by the wayside when Nick's worldview. So there's factors like that. So there is nuance in all this, but like, that's why I agree with his, I agree with the symptoms. I agree with the issues. I agree with that. I disagree with the cures. That's pretty much where I am. The statistics revolve around the fact that interracial interactions tend to evoke more violence. Homogenous societies experience less violence. That's also true. I'm not going to deny it. That's a uniquely a certain issue going on in the West right now. Some of it also has to do with, and I don't say this as like the racial tendencies. I say this as more of a legitimate like thing, you know, the ideas of tribalism. One's tribe is somebody that you will more than likely want to actually like partner up with, whereas in like, you know, you have your in-group, out-group preferences that based on race. More white people like to congregate around white people. Asians congregate around Asians. Blacks congregate around blacks. Mexicans and Hispanics congregate around Mexicans and Hispanics. That's just a natural progression of life that people have actually started seeing because they prefer to be around people that look like them. That's not me saying that it's racism. It's just me saying like, well, actually it probably is racism, but it's just like a factor of life. People want to be around people that they look alike for some reason. And it's just, it's human nature. That doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean that it's good or bad. It's just, this is how humans interact with one another. And to deny that is kind of stupid. Like there is a bunch of studies on why stuff like this is going to happen and stuff like that through evolutionary biology and stuff like that. So like if you fail to acknowledge that, you're doomed to basically produce a bunch of people that hate each other. Coexisting is not the same thing as commingling, which I think we can all easily coexist. I think we can also commingle. I think it also ultimately becomes a thing of, one, you need a shared culture. So you need to assimilate. You need to accept the rule. We all need to have like a rule structure that we all accept and live by. And if somebody's stepping out of bounds, we need to be allowed to punish the people that are stepping out of bounds. You need those things for a society to actually work. If you don't have those things and you allow like, you allow like group W over here to do whatever the fuck they want while all the other groups aren't allowed to do that, animosity builds up and resentment builds up. So you need to be allowed to have these strict structures that say, hey, if you fuck up, we gotta take you in. We got to punish you in some way, shape, or form. That doesn't mean that we're gonna be slaves or blah, 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 blah. And yes, there's gonna be bad things that have happened throughout the past, but part of the things with progressing is sometimes leaving the past in the past. Leaving what happened, like everybody's fucked up, everybody's done awful shit, quit bringing it up. We're crying out loud, because if we do these whole victimhood mentality bullshit, everybody's fucked over everybody. Part of my family's Irish. Jesus Christ, where's my money from the English? And the other part of my family's German. Jesus Christ, where's my money to everybody else? But if you take into account those little factors, it's like everybody's fucked up. Let's move on by now. But no, you always have people saying, well, we need to recognize that we fucked up. We all fucked up. We're trying to move on. But if you don't allow people to just say that we've all fucked up, let's move on, you get the animosity. You get this anger. You get this stuff. And yes, there's been fucked up shit. Let's move on. We're trying to actually right the wrongs right now and acknowledge that everybody did shit bad. For fuck's sakes, who was doing the slaving? Who was doing the slaving? How did I get on this whole discussion? I don't remember. See, I go on these little tirades. We all have we all have sins from past about we all have sins from the past. I don't know what the last part of that is about future, but you're right. Like everybody has sins from the past. We all have something. everybody has some sort of connection to something atrocious that happened. Hell, even if we want to get down and dirty with the Irish part of me, yes, I can say, hey, Englishmen, where's my reparations for enslaving my our children and doing shit like that and calling us the N-words of white people for so long? Where's our reparations? All at the same time, I can point out, hey, we did some bad shit too to the English people. Like, we were savage barbarians. Let's not act like that didn't happen. But it feels like nobody's allowed to just recognize, hey, sins of the past, let's move on. And you always have to be bogged down by these original sins that you did. And by the way, these original sins doesn't necessarily mean that they're attaching to you. They're attaching to you as a whole. Because when I do the whole, hey, my family's from, you know, Ireland, Germany, all that shit. But actually, a lot of them came over here during like colonial times and stuff, and they helped settle places like Kansas, for example. And they fought for the Free State movement in Kansas. Oh, well, when you bring that all up, guess what? Who has no slavery in their family whatsoever? Me! No slaves in my family throughout all of our history. So then why do I need to pay reparations? In fact, my family fought very hard to end slavery. So why should I have to pay reparations? Because I'm white? Money to be made, bring up the past. I mean, there's some cool things about the past we could constantly bring up, like the Roman Empire. Yeah. How did I get on this? I don't fucking remember. There's something about Nick Fuentes. Why is my phone? Oh, shit. Did I get my waiver? Did I get my waiver? Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, got one of my waivers. Team. Oh, shit. I'm going up against Gal. Give me a second. Seahawks. We're going up with Seahawks defense. And I am going to be putting in... Right now, actually, let's move this around. And... Is it Kayshawn? Give me a second. Yes, it was Kayshawn. Let's throw him in for you. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a close one. Between Gal and I. This is going to be a close one. Dermy versus Gal. So this is our fantasy league I'm talking about right now. My goal right now is to win. I just want to fucking win. Okay? I am begging God, let me win. Because guess what? I'm in what is called the Toilet Bowl League right now. In our fantasy league, we have the Toilet Bowl. Okay? Because of how this is all fucking playing out. So if I go over to the league... and I show you, like... So, we have our playoffs here. These guys are the people that have been succeeding. I'm down here. It says I'm going up against Gal, but it also says that I'm not going up against Gal, so I don't fucking know. Anyways. I don't fucking know. I think I have the bye week. Anyways, okay? If I have the bye week right now, fuck me. If I don't have the bye week right now, I want to just move the fuck on. Because here's the thing. In order to get the fuck out, in my position now, is I need to win. I just need to win. If I win one match right now, I end up getting out of the Toilet Bowl. I leave the league for the year. I'm done. But if I keep losing in the Toilet Bowl, I keep progressing. I want it to end. I'm begging it to end. Please, for the love of God, let it end. Please. I've been watching this season because football's been gay for years, but the new kickoff rules actually don't sound bad. I miss football. Dude, this year has been so fucking awful. This year has been fucking atrocious. And in our league, there's only 2 players. Okay, let's be fair. It's only 2 players that are actually even going to fucking win. It's between Carl RNG, whatever the fuck his name, and Shaka Zulu. Everybody else is just basically battling for scraps. And then every other team has just shat the bed. Like outside of Static, almost everybody else has either some really bad scores. I have been fucked over this year like goddamn crazy. Best players out there that I had previous years are now acting like, oh yeah, we're fucking shit. I hate it. I want it to end. That's why if I'm in the toilet bowl, I just want to fucking end it. I want to win my match, get out, and say adios. But guess what? Because I got the fucking bye week, that means I have to at least win 1 match, and then I can lose a match and say it's over. I have to. But that means I'm forced to have 2 more matches. If I was in the fucking match between Gal and Dom, guess fucking what? All I'd fucking require is 1 win and then I'm done. Now I need 1 win and 1 loss and then I can get out, or 1 win and 2 wins, either 1 win, 1 loss, or 2 wins. And I'm done. That's all I need. That's all I need to fucking get the goddamn out of this shit. But instead, I'm terrified that I'm just gonna keep losing because my luck's been shit this year. The only team I know for a fact I could possibly beat is fucking Weasel. And mind you, the only reason I could beat Weasel is because Weasel got dealt a fucking shit hand. He came in late to the league, was handed off a team that was pure garbage. And he's made do what he could. So even if I beat Weasel, I still feel like I lost. God damn it. I'm just... Anyways, though, there's my ranting about fucking fantasy. I'm so happy for I'm so ready for this fucking year to be over. I am. I'm ready for this fucking football year. Actually, the year itself, it's been pretty good. I actually really love this time of year. I'm ready for this football season to just be over. God damn it, it's so fucking awful. It's not like last year where like I had a healthy team. I was well balanced. I rebound at a certain point in time. I figured it out. You know, things started looking up for me, and I ended at a place I shouldn't have ended at, but I did good for myself. Okay, at the end of the day, I think I got 4th in the Grand League. I might have been 5th, one of the two. Like I ended in a good position. This year, it's awful. It's so fucking awful. The ups and downs are wild. Dude. I think it was Dom. One of the matches I went up against Dom. I was set to win. Okay? My team was set to win. I was like, yeah, let's go. And then the game begins, my players start dropping, and guess fucking what happened to Dom's team? 2 of his fucking players just took the fuck off and started scoring like goddamn crazy, things that I couldn't even think were imaginable. And the next thing I know, I'm the one that's fucked in the ass. I'm done with this year. I'm so done. What's with the asterisk Cloud? Cloud's trying to grammar police me. I'm half tempted to spend $100 over on Adam's stream so that he would always have to be mean to Adam. I'm mean to Clouds, so. Here, I got one last thing before we call it a night. This is just a little thing. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's Silvervale's loot account. I saw this. Hassan blames slop tubers, liberals, centrists, and apoliticals criticizing him for Twitch pivoting to the right and the rise of Nick Fuentes. One, Twitch has not pivoted to the right. Anybody saying that is a fucking schizophrenic loser. Two, you're only doing this because people were getting angry at Asmongold laughing at the Nick Fuentes discussion. That's all you were doing. Lots of apolitical centrists and liberal slop tubers spent the last 2 years calling outspoken pro-Palestinian content creators anti-Semitic terrorists. Well, I mean, where's the lie? I'm gonna say. While aligning with this guy, by the way, they created fake outrage and drama every day while the right grew its momentum on Twitch. I already went over the Asmongold thing. Asmongold's thing is just like a barometer for like normal people. Like that's literally all it is. It's just a barometer for the fucking normal people. And by the way, Hassan said America deserved 9/11. So I don't really want to hear it. JD Vance responds to viral tweet alleging he and his wife Usha were caught arguing at a restaurant. I always wear an undershirt when I go out in public to have a fight loudly with my wife. I think this is just some random dude, to be honest with you. I don't think that's JD Vance. I don't think that's JD Vance. Just got midstream ad. So, okay, I'll own up to this real quick. I did turn ads on. Now, the reason I turned ads on, okay, one, I set them to low. It's probably also because I've been going now almost 2.5 hours. That's why you got a midstream ad. I turned them on low. And the reason I did that was because Jed informed me that no matter what, YouTube's going to run an ad on my channel. They're going to run an ad at the beginning of the stream, and they'll run ads whenever the fuck they want. Okay? I have no control over that. And here's my thought process. And I'll be honest here. Here's my thought process as to why I did that. YouTube's making money off my stream no matter what. I have the right to make some money. I have the right to get some of that money. If they're making money off me, if they're going to run an ad no matter how they do this, even if it's at the beginning and whatever the fuck, that money should go to me. If I could control it, I would say ad at the beginning, ad at the end. I have no power over that, so I have only the ability to either turn ads off, in which they'll still give you guys ads, or put ads to the lowest degree. So that's pretty much my position there, is if they're going to force you guys to watch an ad, I'm going to put it down as low, and I'm going to get that back. I'm kind of just forced to do that right now. It was an ad for Fireball. Well, it happens. Can't really blame them, but I'm going to start wrapping it up. I still need to just plop those pieces of shit. I still need... Oh, that was a slip up of words. I don't know why I went with that way. Oh, wait, real quick. We already went over the Asmongold fucking video. I saw this earlier. XQC, I don't think this is unhinged, but XQC is accusing Asmongold of being unhinged.
All right, so we're already in a whole different world now.
Chat, guys. I think Asmongold these days, I can't keep doing chat. Like last few months, unhinged. Like he reads the chat. I mean, I'm sure he at least glances at the chat. It's unhinged. It's some people saying base and whatever. It's like it's pretty radical, Loki. I'm not saying, oh my god, Cancel Asmund. I am so mad. I'm just paying attention to the obvious, and I think it's pretty fun. I mean, not even hinting at all that he disagrees is odd too. And I think I feel like he agrees with some of the points.
He's agreeing with the overall statements and thinking that it's funny. That's about it. That's all he's doing, and it is tone policing. It's literally tone policing because you're not allowed to be like, hey, you know what? Nick said something a little correct there, even if I think his overall position is bad. That is tone policing, so it's gay. But, okay, we need to start wrapping this shit up. So, yes, it's technically an end of stream ad, Weasel. Not Weasel, Legendary Scrub. Actually, some of your guys' Weasel, why didn't your comment come? Wait, what? Oh, it did. I have no problem with ads. You schedule, your schedule changes with who and how many people can watch the live. Yeah, that's pretty much, which, okay. That actually reminds me. Don't take this as gospel. This is probably going to change, but as of right now, my schedule might, it looks positive, might be changing in January. If that's to happen, I could stream normal time throughout January. Like at a decent time. Like normal people hours. So that might be happening in January. The reason that might be happening is there's a guy getting knee surgery done at my job. My day shift guy is going to be covering for him. We need a day shift bagger. Hello. So I'm probably going to be moved back to day shift. So my schedule might be changing then. If so, there'll be normal hours. If it's a month long, it's a month long. If it's longer than a month long, praise God, please, I would be happy. Same odds as Jeremy becoming heterosexual. Those are actually probably good odds. Those are probably the same odds. But that's just something to take into account. I am over here praying the Lord that it's true. But anyways, why don't we set up somebody to raid into? Let's go here, Samuel. I know he's probably almost at the end of his stream, but let's raid into Samuel, shall we? So, on that note, guys, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for spending time. Thank you all for doing the good goods and all that stuff. I love every one of you that have actually taken the time to hang out here in the chat, do all that crazy stuff with me. And until next time, guys, you all have a lovely night, have a lovely day, wherever it is in the world that you guys might be at this period in time. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.